I am live everywhere Okay, that's weird. Oh no, wait, it's not. Wait, what? Oh. Okay, that makes more sense now. Okay, testing. I forgot to grab a couple of things. Apparently I should be live on YouTube. Um, I just can't get the Rumble to go for some odd reason. Um, oh, I think that's why I couldn't get the Rumble to go. Because relay is not active. What relay? What am I missing? Okay. I got it all for I got it all. Um apparently my we are live on everywhere. No, that is not Luke Gallows. That is Mads Kruger. Uh Denisha, what's up? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining on the Patreon side. I am testing out a bunch of stuff. I hope you guys can like hear me. But yeah, it's not Luke Gallows. It's Mads Kruger for MLW. Um, I mean, big guys, right? Big guys, big guys. Uh, so yeah, I'm trying out youtube.com// Square Circle Podcast, as you know. I'm trying out patreon.com/ Marie Shadows, and I'm also on rumble.com / Marie Shadows as well. Because Rumble pays me in, pennies, so it's all good. Um, you know, uh, the only site that I would like accept giving me pennies as soon as I start streaming. Um, yeah, Jacob Fatu was great. He is a buddy of mine. And I have interviews with Jacob Fatu, not long or anything. So now that I know that I'm up and running on YouTube and on Patreon and on Rumble right now, I'm going to have a couple moments of silence because I'm still getting stuff ready behind the scenes. I just wanted to make sure that all three work and they all work because I need to try to figure out what I want to do in the future in regards to like live streaming and like where would be the best place and where to have my community come with me and all this kind of stuff. So stick around. Tell people on social media that I'm live. I'll probably make live video, but yeah, just give me a couple more moments to get ready behind the scenes. So just so you guys know, I'm back. Denisha, thank you so much for holding down the fort over at the YouTube side of things. Um, yeah, now it's time for me to make that that Instagram video to be like, hey, I'm live. But I'll be here in a second. Uh I appreciate that, Denisha. I appreciate that. We are stronger together. I totally appreciate that. Let me make this video. Okay, I tweeted out to the best of my ability. Let me turn on my camera. Um, Let me turn on my camera. What up, guys? Um, and by the way, the new MLW review, which is the picture that you see, Symphony of Horrors, is out now on all podcasting platforms, including youtube.com/square circle podcast. All you have to do is go back into the catalog and basically take a look at it, listen to it. I'll post up the video too, so that way, I don't know, people who want to watch video can watch video. In my experience, for some reason, nobody wants to watch video anymore on on Spotify. Spotify has the ability to put video, and that's what they wanted to do. They wanted to add a lot more, what do you call it? Like video podcasting and whatnot, because people want to see, reactions and stuff like that from creators and whatnot. So yeah, um, it is what it is. Um, so it's been a very, very, very long time. I will be very honest and say that if I was live streaming like 24/7, I would have burnout. And when you're constantly talking about, professional wrestling, and you're trying to change people's I was gonna say perceptions. It's more perspectives. When you try to change people's perspectives, it really doesn't work, because most of the wrestling fans that are on Twitter and that are in their own little bubbles and on Reddit and stuff, they already made up their mind. They are already, you know, um, they want you as the streamer and as a content creator to tell them what they want to hear and what they already know. That's why sometimes you'll see online there's this disconnect of certain wrestling influencers and wrestling content creators or whatnot that will say what their audience wants to hear and basically try to keep that audience so that way they can make money. While there's nothing wrong with making money, the problem is that most people don't have any type of principles. Most people don't have any type of value systems, or even like their own fundamental convictions of like, you know, um, you know, just what they want to stand for. Because that age old saying of that, like, if you don't stand for something, you fall for you fall for everything. And that's something that, I don't really go by or anything like that. I have my own values and principles and convictions and all that kind of stuff. I will tell you what you need to hear, and I do realize that that may end up pushing people away. But if you and I can't be honest with each other and also learn how to agree to disagree if it ever gets heated, then how are you ever going to grow as a person? How are you ever going to, realize that there's more in the world? Um, there's more in the world than getting upset at somebody for a wrestling opinion, and there's more in the world of, like, trying to shun people, trying to bully people, trying to make yourself seem superior than others because you're on a kick to do that. And I missed the community too. I missed the live streams. I missed everything else. I still appreciate you, Denisha, and everyone else that is still with me. Is still with me. Sometimes when you do not play the game of social media, when you do not play the algorithm of social media, people just tend to turn on each other, and there's drama, and there's this and there's that. Sometimes you do need to step away and realize what may be good for the community, what may not be good for the community, because essentially, I've always wanted to build a community that can think for themselves, defend themselves, and also stand on what they believe, even if, like, I may agree or may not agree. It depends on what the conversation is. But I do know that wrestling brings us together no matter what. In good times, bad times, ugly times, wrestling brings us together and whatnot. But I do want people to, like, think above you know surface level, because lately it's just been like, let's get angry at surface level things. And it's like, why do you want to get mad at surface level things? Sometimes you cannot control the surface level things, so why not go after something that you can control and change for the better, I rather have all of us together change something for the better, rather than like, hey, um let's get angry at this one thing for like no reason. Um so today, after I'm done talking about everything, we are going to be listening to my buddy's podcast. If you guys don't know, Dose Evil. He is the, I'm gonna say squid guy, but I'm thinking it's Cthulhu that in the picture above. Um my co-host and the co-host to the Wrestling Soup and all the rest of the podcasts that he does, especially the Garden of Thought with Mr. Thomas of MLW. We will be listening to the Mads Kruger. So they did an episode with Mads Kruger. So we are going to listen to that. I forgot that the Garden of Thought is on Spotify. I was like, how the hell am I gonna listen to it, man? But then I searched on Spotify. When in doubt, go to Spotify, even though Spotify like mistreats the music industry and podcasters. Um, like Spotify, it is what it is. Um, but yeah, okay. What else? I mean, on I haven't done a Discord Notes volume 9 yet. We're up to 9 episodes in of Discord Notes. Discord Notes is the looser, more not formatted, I guess. Um podcast. It's a side cast. I'm making up words. Um, but Discord Notes is basically where I can, vent if I need to vent or talk about things that don't relate to professional wrestling and whatnot. So basically, yeah, I haven't really did much about Discord Notes. Discord Notes is exclusive to patreon.com/square circle podcast. Not square circle podcast. Oh my God. Patreon.com /Marie Shadows, where you get extra stuff of like my thoughts about anything else that's not wrestling. I realize that again, I don't want to get burned out by wrestling. I've had maybe twice, three times getting a burnout by talking about wrestling and just doing stuff, every single time, um, which is not really healthy. So, you have to find other ways to channel that. Um, you just have to find other ways to channel that. So I went back on Twitter. If you guys don't know already, I went back on Twitter, and I realized that still the same old, same old. Nothing really has changed. Everyone is still arguing with people, and people think that they're always in the right. Um, Made new friends. Saw that the internet was bullying Gail Kim and Sarah Stock, and for some reason, the females get bullied. The guys also get bullied too, but not probably not to the extent because after a while, people will just drop it. But when it comes to women, um, the bots and maybe real people and all the young 19 to like 25-year-olds who have no world experience end up mouthing off at women, and it's so damn annoying. uh did I watch that crap AEW? No, but are you talking about the fish tank spot where Darby Allin was being drowned by John Moxley? Because of course that would happen. I saw the clip. Um, that should have never happened. I don't understand why AEW is so like what do you call it? Um AEW wants to be the alternative so bad, but they don't understand the definition of being the alternative. When we say that, they should have been the alternative, you want to know what that means? And I guess this will help me try to create that video that I want to create. So, shout out to Denisha for, having me think this through and getting people's opinions on this. Is that So I wanted to create, and I still do want to create a video where I'm talking about like the what if of AEW. What if AEW kept the vlogs of like BTE and like the other vlogs and not really do away with it? Because honestly, in the world of entertainment, in the world of professional wrestling, in the world of like theater, anything that's like entertainment wise, obviously, we're always trying to find new ways to bring in new eyes, right? We're always trying to find new ways to hook new viewers, casual viewers, and continuous viewers. And by doing that, you do vlogs and you do BTE and you continue BTE, because I think being the elite was helpful at its time. Now imagine if they would have kept it going to current time in order to sort of I don't want to say offset, but maybe offset you know what AEW does. Because while we want video packages and we should get video packages for bringing us up to speed and stuff like that, BTE could have been the bulk of that, where people could tune in on that. They watch YouTube, so then the algorithm soars. They take you know, snippets and clips and put it on social media, have everybody talking about it, and it's all in kayfabe. So they're keeping the kayfabe aspect and whatnot. So I think that you know, when we say, or if I say that AEW should have been the alternative, basically means that they had something good going with the vlogs and the storytelling within the vlogs and the skits within the vlogs, that can be translated to what's happening on the program itself. People will just have to watch both of them, and I think that it would have brought everybody together, including the snobby people. But I think that the alternative was the vlogs, the BTE, even Sammy Guevara's vlog and whatnot. But I do think that like that was their alternative at that time. If WWE did a drowning in fish tank live TV social media, they would go off on Triple H head, because it's Tony Khan. He gets away with it. Yeah, Tony Khan gets away with a lot of things. We know this. But if WWE did that fish tank spot, they will be dead in the water. All puns intended. It like they would have never survived that. Never survived. But then again, the AEW sickos and the people who are constantly on social media, the ones who never log off, the ones who are always angry, the ones who are waiting for WWE's downfall, those people, you know, have no life, and they could be bots and they could be not real people. And American Made here says that that's how they found out about the Bucks, and those videos were good. I believe that's how I found out about it too, in a way. I know that one of my buddies was like, "Hey, you should watch BTE. It's mad funny, and I think that you would like it." And I did, and I liked it at one point. And I just fell off in a way. I fell off watching it after a while. But at the time, it was a very good mechanic. In 2025, would it work? Yeah. It just needs a new direction, and it needs you know, not to be so meta. You know what I mean? There is this one AEW guy on TikTok that is always very angry and fighting with fans. I worry for his mental ability. Yeah, man. If people are just constantly fighting online without trying to find a common ground, or without trying to realize something, because we all have something in common, whether it's very, very small. But if that dude keeps on fighting, he might just do it for the entertainment, and not even for like, you know, because he's angry or whatever. But it's really 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 sad. It really is. um I do want to plan a day where we can have a Q&A, but it has to be like a weekend, because I really do want my community to come in. I realize today is a work day, I really do, but I really felt compelled to do a live stream and just to talk before we listen to the episode, and then that's it. I only want to do something small today. Um, but yeah, so my Patreon is back up. I'm currently live on Patreon because I decided I want to try the live streaming. You know, it's cool after so many years that Patreon has upgraded. Now, if you're wondering what happened to the fourth wall, um, fourth wall is going to be the merchandise store no matter what. So on the fourth wall, you get merchandise like t-shirts, hats, mugs, tumblers, notebooks, stuff like that. So that's gonna remain as a merchandise. Uh, the only reason why I don't want that to have membership as well too is because I didn't like the interface of the membership thing that was happening, because I signed up to somebody else's fourth wall membership and I was like, okay, yeah, this is not what I want. And if I don't like it, I know that my community is not going to like it. So I just put two and two together. But Patreon with the live streaming capability, that means that if I were to do tape study can only be on Patreon and Rumble and Twitch. But it'll be nice to have the community to come through and watch professional wrestling with me and break it down. If you guys are still looking for like watch alongs, I don't do watch alongs because I don't have a big setup and I don't have access to like the channels of when wrestling is on to do that kind of thing. So and anyway, I mean it's a watch along, it's cool. If I was doing like a house party kind of thing and fans were over and community members were over and whatnot and we're all hanging out and whatnot, that's fine. That's like a thing. But I just don't do watch alongs just to get my reaction. However, a tape study is basically me watching a wrestling match, breaking it down with you guys and doing a reaction, pausing, stopping, letting you guys know why, you know, the wrist lock could end up controlling the pace of the match. How good was the German suplex? How good was like the storytelling in the match? You know, what's psychology, breakdown stuff, teach you about the match, teach you about the wrestlers and whatnot, and give reactions to commentary when they say something stupid or maybe not stupid. But tape study series is basically like that. It's similar to what Stevie Richards does, but Stevie goes a little too hard on stuff and a little too like really super focused on certain things, and I'm like, bro, like you can't really be so critical of every little thing that like we stop for, because then you're going to ruin the magic of the match itself. Post shows or pre-shows, that way you can enjoy the show and then chat after. I like those. I don't mind doing those, but those are gonna be like few and far between. Um, I basically consider like if I were to watch like New Japan, like you'll get like a show review, or like the MLW show, you get a show review. But a post show and a pre show, I would consider those to be better too, rather than like a watch along. But yeah, so patreon.com/Marie Shadows. It is free to follow. However, there is only just one tier on the Patreon, which is $9.99 a month. I'm running a sale on that. Or is it? No, sorry, it's not $9.99. It should be $5.99. Um, I should be showing you guys all this stuff. Um, we already have 2 members, which is fantastic. Um, let me show you guys the Patreon. I need to put another source in. No. Is it? Okay. So for now, I'm going to hide my face, so you guys could just listen to my voice. I'm gonna hide my face right now. Listen, YouTube, you're always not receiving enough of whatever it is. So on Patreon, right? Patreon.com/Marie Shadows. I don't have an exclamation point for this, but that's better. So you can follow along. So Patreon, you see Discord notes there. Like I said, Discord notes is the more looser version of what you get from me, because you get all of my real talk thoughts and whatnot, unfiltered stuff. So this is the HQ for real talk, real wrestling, and unfiltered truth. I don't know why I want to say unaffiliated. It's all about the perspective, all about the conversation. I'm on a mini journey and probably mission to make honesty great again, because it's really sad when we try to tell the most honest truth that it ends up being radicalized and end up being weaponized and gets pushed back on people that just want the truth. And even if they tell somebody the truth, it's always above their incapableness of trying to understand it. They try to make you look like the bad guy. They try to make you look like the worst person in the world. Like, you can say, I love green apples, and somebody, well, I mean, I'm talking about opinions, but either way, follow me. Try to follow me with this. You know, if I say I love green apples, somebody's going to be like, "Oh, so you're telling me that you don't like red apples, and how dare you, and red apples are, you know, marginalized and all this kind of shit." Like, I don't want to make this political, but I want you guys to understand where I'm coming from when I'm making my Patreon, because the Patreon is a combination of wrestling, culture talks, and just giving perspectives. And it's me commenting on everything and anything that I want to comment on if I need to comment on something. So it's not just wrestling, because the way that I have my wrestling, right, part of me feels like it may or may not be sustainable. I have a lot of free wrestling shows for you guys. My Square Circle podcast, I say that it is completely free because I want the conversations, I want the engagement. I want us to have good civil conversations about the good, the bad, the ugly, without name calling, without getting angry, and having those civil conversations. And that's why I keep the Square Circle podcast free. Interviews, I would like to put behind a paywall, because those take, you know, a while to do. I'm reaching out to people and I'm explaining to you guys like the reasoning behind certain things, and I hope that that's appreciated, because most people don't do that. Most people are just like, "Oh yeah, we have a Patreon now, you can subscribe for $1, you get all this stuff." But I'd rather you guys know what you're going to be getting in order to make the decision with your wallet, because I understand that everybody is in a budget no matter what. And if you're not in a budget, well, then welcome, right? But I'd rather be as transparent as I can about why, you know, I do the things that I do. Obviously, everything is subject to change, right? So don't be like, "Oh, well, you said this and you're going back on your word and you're a hypocrite." Most people online do not know the definitions of words nowadays, and it is so sad that this is happening, that people do not understand words nowadays. In order to be a hypocrite, you will have to say one thing and do another. When it comes to like content creation or telling you guys, "Hey, you know, I'm leaving this free," but sometime later on you're like, "Hey, I might need to put it behind a paywall just for extra support, just for extra stuff." You know, it is my content. I could change my mind about my content. The way you use the word hypocrite is if like we're telling kids, "Hey, drugs are bad," and then you're turning around and doing drugs. You know, that right there is bad. That's 100% being a hypocrite. Or saying that, like, you do something that no, that you don't do something and then you turn around and do what you say you weren't going to do. But for when it comes to content creation, content creators can change their mind depending on like what is happening, what areas they need to focus on and stuff like that. Nothing is set in stone for a content creator. So the Square Circle podcast is free because, like I said, I like conversations. You can leave comments. Don't be nasty about them to either. If you don't agree, you don't agree. It's totally okay. And if you don't agree, you don't really have to tell me you don't agree unless you have something to change my mind about, or you want to introduce a new perspective, or you want to help a specific part of the podcast episode to be like, hey, I suggest blah, 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 that kind of stuff. I've been, my name has been dragged through the mud. I've been called names. I've been told that I gaslight people, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Because not too long ago, I was being very respectful to another Twitter user that I barely interact with, but apparently they follow me and I never followed them back. But our conversation, when you try to tell somebody to better themselves in the very most respectful way, as in like, hey, I think that you need to work on being more clearer when you have a conversation, when you're giving your ideas and your opinions and your thoughts. If you could just be a little more clearer, that would be fantastic. Because half the time I don't know what these people mean or like what they're trying to talk about. And then, you don't want to be rude every single time to ask them like, hey, can you clarify this? Hey, can you, go in depth into this more? And basically, if I were to constantly do that, then I would get quote tweeted, and then I would basically be made fun of if I had to keep asking, hey, can you clarify this? Can you, what do you mean by this? And then they would be like, oh, well, you have low reading comprehension, because that's the new style of attack nowadays is, oh, you have low reading comprehension and whatnot. And you can see it too sometimes that people don't understand what they're reading. So they are giving you a response that is a reaction to not understanding what they're reading. And that's something that we have to change about society. That's something that we have to change about even in the wrestling community. It's the same way. You can say that, hey, I'm a huge fan of Cody Rhodes. And someone is like, you're telling me that Cody Rhodes is way better than Randy Orton when Randy Orton has all these accomplishments and Randy Orton never had to leave the WWE to find himself. Like, people go off on tangents, and then you're looking at it like, did you understand that, this is my personal, subjective opinion that I like Cody Rhodes? And I'm giving you an example. Far too many times, people in, online has made people dumber. Some people are smart. Some people still have common sense. But I am going off on a tangent right now. And I'm definitely getting off topic. Eventually I'll get back on topic, but, I should have just said I'm babbling rather than like hashtag reacting to the podcast episode I'm supposed to be reacting to. But I should have just put babbling. Maybe the next time I do a live stream is just going to have the title of babbling. Anyway. So yeah. So stuff like that I think about will be for a Discord notes where I talk about these things, because I think that they're important, even if like, we talk about it till we're blue in the face. Something has to be done. I know somebody's listening. My whole perspective is that somebody out there is going to change their mind sooner or later, right? So the more times that we talk about it, the more times that we have civil conversations, eventually somebody will change their mind, and my job is done, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so like I was saying, that the Square Circle podcast, those episodes are free because I want the conversation. I want us to talk about stuff in wrestling, in the wrestling industry, without having such a closed-minded perspective. And I do not want to cultivate a community where it is a think group, where everyone is sheep. Every single person that follows me on the Square Circle podcast here on YouTube, every single person has a quirk that I remember. Every single person has something that I remember them by. Even if I don't know them personally, because I'm not even sure if I'm ever gonna meet every one of my subscribers on, on YouTube and on whoever follows me on Spotify and stuff like that. And, we may collaborate, which is awesome, which is great, so we could see each other's faces. But I never want to have a community where we're all thinking the same. I don't want a community where we all kiss each other's asses. I don't want a community where, I have to say the right things. If not, you guys get upset, or people outside of our community get upset on behalf of you guys just to like curse me out. No, we're not doing no group thinking, no sheep thinking. That's why like I have the Square Circle podcast free. That's why I have Discord notes 1 through 7 free. 8 is behind the paywall, because that might like divide people, because it talks about like my culture is American. I don't know how many people know, but the Raja Jackson videos have definitely brought out a lot of nasty people from left field, and I had to delete a majority of comments because again, they make it about themselves. They make it about like, hey, you look white, so you shouldn't be commenting on like the black community or whatever. And it's like, well, this stuff affects the wrestling community and it affects other communities. And if we don't call it out, then we're always going to be in a vicious cycle. And if you're in a vicious cycle, you're never going to get out to where you need to survive. It's always going to be like, you're going to stay within the toxic space. And that's not good for you mentally, physically, or spiritually at all. So, if nobody talks about it, how is it ever going to find its way to be fixable? Not put a Band-Aid on it, because lately people have been putting Band-Aids on everything and it's not working. You need to at least like fix it, find a solution. And if no one's talking about it, you're never going to find a solution. If someone is talking about it, you will eventually find a solution. Like, I still want New Japan Pro Wrestling and AEW to not have a partnership anymore. So, trying to find solutions for that. The only solution I could think of is Tanahashi versus John Cena at Wrestle Kingdom 20. That is the only solution I could find. So that way Tony Khan could get upset and be like, I don't want to work with New Japan anymore. That's the only thing that could happen. I know I'm supposed to be showing you Patreon, but just let me babble on this, okay? On everything that I'm thinking about. Tape study series. Tape study series, I would love for that to be behind, our own little thing on Patreon, where basically we could have a live stream all to ourselves, so that way we can watch professional wrestling matches and I could break it down. Pro Wrestling Noah is having some really great matches right now. Kenta's having some really great matches as being their champion, and he's gonna take on the one that went on excursion. I don't want to fuck up his name, but you guys know who I'm talking about, and I want to talk about that match. Hopefully I'll be okay by the time that we get to that match, because next month I'm having my wisdom tooth being taken out. So I don't know how that's gonna go. Yo, Cleric, thank you for joining the chat over here on YouTube. I appreciate that. I appreciate people listening. I really do. Anyway, I appreciate people listening. I don't want to just dismiss anything. I'm not dismissing stuff. Anyway, but yeah, tape study takes a little bit longer, especially if I have to do like just a standalone sit down, open up my OBS and do a tape study. I did that with the Evil matches, where it's Evil versus Konosuke, and I did not like that match at all. Those matches, I tried to put them behind a paywall, and entice people on Substack. That didn't work. And by the way, I'm being way too honest here. I'm being way too honest with you guys. Um, Rumble, you can watch it for free. Um, like its entirety, but Patreon, I would love my community just to sign up for Patreon. It is free to follow me. To have tape study. Right now, Patreon is filled with my Discord notes. Um, Wish sickos will come with same energy on social media. Yeah, sometimes I wish that too, Denisha, but um most sickos on social media have no life, they have no friends, and they think that the communities that they're in are their safe spaces. I said this before when people went after Dustin Rhodes, just because he commented on a MAGA post that, some girl said, I thought you were a safe space for me. Now that means that, I might not be able to be around you. And I'm really like paraphrasing it, but on patreon.com/Marie Shadows, I have a write-up about it. And I also talked about it when I was talking about Mick Foley having his message to Trump, which I'm like, bro, that didn't do anything. But it's kind of funny because he does that so that way he got eyes on him so people could buy tickets to his comedy show because he's currently on tour right now. And I'm like, I should have seen this coming. I should have known. Because what do you do if like a new album comes out, if you're going on tour, what do? You talk shit. You talk shit to the sheep to get the sheep to buy tickets to go see you at an event or to go buy your album. And I experienced this firsthand when I called out, well, not really called out because I didn't tag her, but over on Threads that, Haley Williams of Paramore bringing up 5 years ago of saying that Morgan Wallen is racist. And I called that out to be like, man, you got to stop talking shit. That's basically the gist of it, okay? Because it was 5 years ago. It's a word. The majority of the world uses that word. That word has lost its really horrible meaning. And people still want to act like it's okay to say the N-word. It is not okay to say the N-word. I hate the N-word and like all of its iterations. It should not be a word that we say. And it should not be a word within hip hop. It should not be a word within rapping. It should not be a word within vocabulary, because if that word has so much bad baggage, bad connotation, even if they're trying to take it back and it means like brother nowadays, it's still the idea that it carries the I don't want to use imaginary, but it carries the weight of the ball and chain, right? No matter what. Do you guys remember when Sarah Palin was like, running for whatever she was running for, and they made the meme of like, if you put like lipstick on a pig, it's still a pig, like it doesn't really change anything. Even if you try to change certain things, meaning words and definitions and how like narratives are spun, even if you change it, it doesn't change the bad history that comes with it. So even if the N-word is now being used as like, hey brother, hey sister, what's up? Like have that, it still has a bad connotation that we should not even be using it at all. But I digress. I super digress. But it's just the idea of that, like, people get so guilty about things that have nothing to do with them so many generations afterwards. I do think that sometimes we need to build towards stability and build towards unity to a degree, so that way we could all work in harmony in a way. Even though life is life, life don't give two shits. But you gotta survive and you gotta thrive to the best of your ability, and you have to somehow, I don't want to say, somehow be kind to each other. I wanted to throw in like neighbors in there too, but also be smart and have common sense. This is such a babbling live stream, such a babbling live stream. And and I am totally like off topic on anything else. But yes, so just my random thoughts on that. This is what you get over at Patreon. I know I have been saying I'm going to show you guys Patreon. So this is cool here to the oh my God, happening. God, why did it go up that way? Happening now is our live stream. These are my popular posts. This is the one that I was talking about, where is this Cornell Volume 8 that my culture is American, because apparently I am only supposed to be sticking to white culture news in professional wrestling, such as like Vince and all his allegations. And I'm like, what? Like, I'm Italian and Puerto Rican. Like, what do you mean, dude? But in order for me to like make this one, it came from somebody who was super hatred, like had a lot of hatred in them. This is one of my posts where, your favorite content creator loves to play it safe, not ruffle any feathers, but feel comfortable gargling balls. Therefore, they aren't broken up over the First Amendment being shattered and ripped from an ordinary American civilian, aka Charlie Kirk. Yeah, some thoughts, man. This is one of my most popular posts that people tend to look at from like September 18th. Even a post about Hangman, like, man, this is the Dustin Rhodes one. So you get Discord notes. There's 8 posts. Like I said, this is the only paid one. Everything else is free to listen to. There's collections for right now. I will eventually do more tape study as like single. And then, we'll go from there. But patreon.com/Marie Shadows is the way to go. I want to, bring everybody if I can, even if you don't agree with me and like what I said earlier, or if you do, whatever it is. But I do want for us to continue to watch tape study, for us to talk about matches, talk about wrestling, but it'll just be a hybrid of stuff. Like I said, nothing is set in stone, but I do appreciate everyone with me on this journey of like trying to figure stuff out now, because this month, even though it's the 28th and we're almost, heading towards November, this month marks 6 years of the Square Circle podcast, 6 years of making apparently like 425 episodes, maybe 426 episodes now with the MLW review show. So yeah, 6 years of making wrestling content, 6 years of trying to find a footing, 6 years of building everything that I have built up from scratch, making friends along the way, getting thrown under the bus, having to, I don't want to use the word destroy because I didn't destroy anything, having to, break friendships, and like I said, people come into your life for a season, and that's totally okay. If they ever do come into your life for a season, don't worry about it. It is what it is. It happens, it happens that people come into your life and you got to do what's best for you, your content, and whatnot. And I think that, Patreon is one way to go. YouTube is one way to go. Just know that if you're wondering why I won't do like a tape study on YouTube, is that because YouTube would definitely bring down the hammer on the what do you call it? On the tape study episode. So they will bring down the hammer. That's why patreon.com/Marie Shadows, rumble.com/Marie Shadows, and like Twitch. But I don't know if I'm ever gonna go back on Twitch, because Twitch is in a lot of controversy and a lot of drama right now. And I'm like, man, you guys need to get your act together. I don't know who's here and who's still in chat, but if you have any questions, throw it my way. And if you're watching this live stream at the end, drop some comments down below. I think it's time to watch the well, listen to the thing. Did it get connected? Um OBS, don't do this to me. Okay. Wait, what? Did it not? How? Why are you not connected? Oh, I know that we went over a lot, and I was babbling, but there's just a lot of things that are on my mind. I swear I can't wait until we get to a place where we have common sense again, and a place where we don't have to yell at each other. We could try to understand each other. It's not just like black and white. It's not just like a blanket kind of thing going on. Like, I really do want people to understand the truth nowadays, and I definitely want people to like, you know, oh, that's not what I want to do. Uh, you know, I just wish that we never got so political, and that might be either controversial or, I don't know. I don't know what it could be, but you know what I mean. That like um it didn't have to get this bad. We could have tried learning to work together, learning to all this kind of shit. But no, sometimes sometimes you gotta have toddlers doing shit. But okay, enough of that. But yes, if anybody is out there, if you want to drop a question in, that's great. But we're going to um listen to this. Um, is there a way for me to I don't think there is. Wait, I could pop this out? No. I could do I could do this, but what do I want to do? Um I could pop this out. No, I can't. I can't pop this out. Oh, yes, I can. There we go. Spotify needs an update. Well, Spotify is going to wait. Spotify is going to wait. Um okay, so I am going to put the link to the episode in the chat if I can. Okay, get out of this. This is the first time that I'm using Spotify in order to like listen to this. If it was on YouTube, which I don't think it is, I would just instantly like show you guys the stuff. But um go support Dose Evil, Mr. Thomas, of the Garden of Thought podcast episodes and podcasts and stuff like that. Go support them. Go follow them on Spotify. If you're following me, you should probably be following them. And yeah, let's get this started. Um, if Tanahashi and Cena have a stare down, at least it'll be fun. It'll be fun, and then you'll see me on Twitter being like, Tanahashi, break your damn contract with AEW. Make it happen. I will tag everybody. Like, I did that before. I'll still do it again, and I don't care if my haters are all like, why don't you stop doing that? You can't save New Japan Pro Wrestling. Like, go do something. You know, go do something with your life if you're a hater of me trying to get New Japan Pro Wrestling to make money. Anyway, let's start this. We gotta hear ads.
Just need GoDaddy Arrow. I'm Walton Goggins, and as an actor, I'm an expert in looking like I know what I'm doing.
Wait, what? Hold on, I don't even think that's an ad. Why is it? Oh shit, what did I do? Um, Never mind. Why does it? I have a feeling that my speakers, right? Within the NVIDIA broadcast, that it's part of that. Oh my god, you gotta upgrade. Yeah, you gotta update. Why does everything have to update right now? Oh, I pressed the wrong one. Okay. Um, okay, so
Walton Goggins goggle glasses. But I'm an actor. I don't know what I'm doing. I needed help. GoDaddy Arrow uses AI to create everything you need to grow a business.
why is it
It'll make you a
echoing?
unique logo. It'll create a custom website. It'll write social posts for you and even set you up with a social media calendar. I didn't even realize I needed a social media calendar. GoDaddy Arrow will take your idea that sounds good and make a business that looks like you know what you're doing. GoDaddy Arrow can get your business up and running in minutes. You know what that sounds like? It sounds like a plan. Get started at GoDaddy.com.
Do you guys hear an echo?
GoDaddy.com/AIRO.
Your global campaign just launched. But wait, the logo's cropped. The colors are off and...
Guys, let me know if you hear an echo, because I hear an echo. I don't know why I hear an echo. Maybe if I add the room echo removal to the speakers, you guys probably... Really? No echoes? The fuck is happening? Hey, Wraith, what's up? Welcome to the chat. Guys, I'm not going crazy. Let me try this. Let me read because they botched a major update that took the Starbucks internet out a few weeks back. They're still recovering. Tried with earbuds and on TV. Oh, okay. Okay. Let's see what happens.
Legal clear that image? When teams create without guardrails, mistakes slip through, but not with Adobe Express, the quick and easy app to create on-brand content. Brand kits and lock templates make following design guidelines a no-brainer for HR sales and marketing teams. And commercially safe AI powered by Firefly lets them create confidently, so your brand always shows up polished, protected, and consistent everywhere. Learn more at adobe.com/go/express.
Okay, I hear an echo. I have no idea why I do. Or at least feedback. Oh. Spotify, why is that a feature? God.
Small business owner, but that means you're a lot of other things too. Accountant, handyman, payroll specialist, and IT expert, just to name a few. So how about you let Capitus make at least one thing easy for you? Capitus is the home
Oh.
financing made simple. Compare multiple offers.
Okay, so I think I fixed it. I lowered down the volume within my OBS. But that's super annoying. I feel like OBS is so busted, man. OBS is so busted. I don't understand. All right, let's get through this.
Once for business loans, lines of credit, equipment financing, revenue-based financing. No appointments, no waiting days for approval. Up your cash flow and grow your business with Capitus today. Start an application at capitus.com. That's KAPITUS.com.
There is a fifth dimension,
about the unknown.
beyond that which is known to man.
The Garden of Thought.
The Babylon Project was our last best hope for peace.
Unexplained?
Mythologies.
This is the dimension of imagination. It is an area which we call
The Garden of Thought with Jeff Lippman.
Eventually, our sun will grow cold and go out.
You're listening to something much bigger, something hidden in plain sight.
It won't just take us. It'll take Marilyn Monroe and Lao Tzu and Einstein. All of this was for nothing. Unless we go to the stars.
What you're about to learn will completely change the way you experience your mind, your thoughts, and yourself.
Let's make sure history never forgets the name.
Yeah, I decided to like just put the volume up all the way just to see what the hell happens, and then when I put it back down to a certain decibel, it evened out. But man, always something with OBS, man.
The Garden of Thought.
Welcome to a very special Gospel of Thomas. I bet you missed the Gospel of Thomas because last week I did.
There it
I
is.
did a solo show with Ricky Reyes, and I hope it was good. I think it was good, but me by myself, that's not what the heart of the show is. But he was on Lucha Underground, so it still counts on my little lipstick case. So this week, Thomas is back, and we have our first sitting, defending, reigning world champion. We've had former world champions. We've had Tyrants. We've had EC3. They're world champions. Probably others.
We've had number one contenders as well.
We've had number one contenders, and you're probably number one contender right now as we sit here. In fact, you sort of lost to this man. We have Mads Cruel Atrocity Krugger, a man of many names, but Mads Krugger, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
The last true independent professional wrestler out there, in my mind.
Dude, with that schedule?
Over to Phoenix on a red eye, just clocking up miles, showing up the next day in like New Jersey unannounced. This man has a family. Like, so does your family see you? Are you just putting in miles? What are we doing here?
Oh, yeah, they see me a couple days a week, bro. You know? But yeah, I just got back from Canada this morning. So I just got back in. I was in Texas Saturday and Atlanta Friday and flew to Ottawa last night or yesterday. So
I love that. So, as someone who's actually seeing the country in real independent wrestling on a lot of different levels, tell us the difference between, let's say, an MLW in Los Angeles compared to wherever you're at in Dallas or up in New Jersey somewhere.
Well, you know as well as I do. I think the stress level is a little different on TV day. There's a lot more work to be done. A lot more behind the scenes things happening, a lot more moving parts. It's a longer day. So it's a little easier, I think. It's just take Friday or Saturday, for example. Had some flight delays. I didn't actually get to Texas until 8 o'clock. The show started at 8 o'clock. I roll up to the building at 8:30, got dressed, put the match together, and did semi-main. So couldn't have done it. Would have been a lot harder to do that on TV day. Could we have done it? Sure, but we probably would have had a lot of stuff we didn't get to tape, a lot of stuff we didn't get to do, and so it's a little different, And you like I said, you know that as well as I do, man. It's a long TV's a long day.
Yeah. Do you
TV is a long day.
I'm gonna try to word this in the nicest way possible. Do you feel like some of the boys, maybe who haven't made it to an MLW or ROH or that level, even maybe like a Beyond Wrestling, treat you a little different, maybe because you're on MLW, and more so now because you got the strap, brother?
You always have that.
Everyone's so much nicer.
You always have. Yeah, you're always gonna have that. You're always gonna have that. I think it's in any business. If we work in an office together and I got promoted, guess what? When you come back in Monday morning,
Hey,
that chick from down the hall, all of a sudden that chick from down the hall wants to have coffee with you that morning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's you, but you have to navigate that as a professional. You know what I mean? You got to understand those people and what that means, and be careful because guess what? Everybody doesn't have good intentions when they're glad handing you on the back. So, and I hate to say it like that. I don't mean that because there's a lot of guys I love to work with, but not everybody's got your best interest at heart.
You want to realize
That's true.
that your voice is not scratchy because your voice, your wrestling voice has to be really difficult
on your voice box. Do you come from like a music? Were you a singer or something? Where you have those that
I was
larynx?
no. Listen, no, I can't sing for shit, bro. I can't. And I will sing karaoke if you hit me enough drinks, and you'll find out. But no, no singers in the family at all, actually. So
What do you
it was
just
just
say?
something I kind of,
You
I
addicted to
guess, I kind of started
lozenges or
working on it.
something?
Yeah. What's that?
Are you addicted to lozenges?
No, no, and it's funny you say that because that probably that's why I lose my voice after shows sometimes, especially MLW. That makes so much sense. I'm fucking
Oh,
straining my voice.
Well, yeah. I mean, you will die, and I will defeat you.
listen, man, he's gonna need the remedy fix of probably like some mint honey with mint tea with two honeys.
Like Lord Humongous there. By the way, is Lord Humongous, was the Road Warrior sort of like a inspiration for you?
Absolutely, are you kidding me? That was a lot of this gimmick, especially when it came into fruition. I was like, all right, where do we go? What are we looking for here? And I leaned in, of course, the horror vibes, leaned into the Jason and the stuff like that, but definitely Mad Max. And I've always been a fan of Mad Max since I was a kid. So
You realize there's a mini atrocity behind you.
I know, dude. He's hanging. He's his mom's not here, so
He gets
yeah,
away with it.
yeah,
That's fine.
he's gonna be a part of the podcast from Star Guest.
Hey, kids,
And
what's your
don't hold back. He hears worse from me.
all right? What's your wrestling name?
What's your wrestling name? Cruel. Cruel.
Cole Jr. KJ. Kids booked already. Smart.
Worked out for Brody Lee Jr. So I guess there's that. Um, so
But you had some controversy this week. We're going to be on a little bit of a tape delay, so this doesn't come out today. But can we talk the pros and cons of artificial intelligence right now?
We can, dude. We might as well.
Or do you have an apology in your notes app that you're going to post on the Twitter machine?
I deleted it all. I couldn't take it anymore. I was like, I can't see any more of this shit. What a blanket. I did make a blanket statement, and it is what it is. The post that I made was it's just like the internet or anything else has come out from the beginning of time. It's here. It's not going away. I mean, everything we use already uses it. Every time you make a tweet, guess what? You're feeding an algorithm that makes money off of ads that pays for the AI on that app. So if you really hate it that
Mm-hmm.
much, you may want to just throw away your phone completely. So, but I do agree with what some of the people's argument was. I don't want to take away people's jobs. I don't want. It's not going to kill my artists because I'm still going to use my artists. It's not going to kill my camera guys because I'm still going to pay to shoot my own stuff. I'm not going to use AI to shoot anything. But people look for a reason to get mad sometimes.
I think it's no different than Googling something. Like, I mean, at some point in life, I'm telling someone to Google it. My grandfather's telling me to pull up the encyclopedia, and there's like a
Mm-hmm.
disconnect on that. And I absolutely think there's a million ways AI can make my life easier. I'm not saying I use it on a daily basis, but there's certain things, and to the point where some people are almost using it as a Google feature, which I'm not sure if I agree with or not. But like you said, there's pros and cons of everything. There's definitely anything that makes my life easier and less shit that I have to do. I'm all for, but there are some negative shit. I see these stupid videos and I see people getting tricked by the internet already, and the AI video is not even good and they're already getting tricked. So like I kind of worry about what is to come and how I'm going to have to disconnect from social media because I just assume that everything's fake.
Right, right. And how much of the AI, you just said it, like, how much of it can you trust? If you ask, I've played with it. I mean, because it's new, and I'm interested in anything that it's new, especially when it comes to technology. And I've played with it, and different ones will give you different answers to questions because they're controlled by a different source. So there's still a control to it, and now you have to think about that. Like, okay, so this one's being controlled by this company, and so they're only going to allow their AI to give these kinds of answers. And that's not good. So, I mean, right now there's really no regulation on it, just kind of like the internet it was just a free for all. We were all downloading music and burning CDs from LimeWire. Come on, you know what I mean?
Wow, he said LimeWire.
Free for all.
With that being said,
Okay, so I'm gonna pause it there because I wanted to put my 2 cents, and you guys could definitely put your 2 cents if you're listening to this now or on the VOD, but basically, um, AI is going to possibly destroy all creativeness that we all need creativeness. It's going to create more division. One of the biggest things that I hate is when you're on Twitter and you see it in different threads. It hasn't happened to me yet, and if it does, you're gonna get blocked. If you have to use Grok to basically be in the conversation and be part of the argument. If you have to be like, Grok, is this true? Grok, how many people are on government assistance? Grok, how many this, how many that? When you're constantly asking an AI that scans everything that we have uploaded to the internet, and we know that the internet is controlled by one side, and you can put whatever you want on the internet. When it scans it, is it really giving you the truth of something? We used to do research the old fashioned way of looking up in encyclopedias, and even that, you can trust that if you want to or not, but like there was an old school method to realizing things. Because everything on the internet is so vast right now, what's true, what's not true, you really gotta like be your own detective. You can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna accept this as surface level. But yeah, I really don't like it when people would use Grok as a way to be like, oh, this proves my argument, or this proves what I'm saying, or you should trust the AI. No. There are wrestling fans that take the video portion of AI to the extreme with wrestlers and whatnot, and they feed into the algorithm of they feed into the algorithm so that way they could get their 5 minutes of fame, their 15 minutes of fame, and they don't give two shits because they're basically shit posters. And if you have like a shit poster online, they don't really care about anything else. But it's really sad that people interact with it because that just brings more attention to them, and that's something that you guys should think about, like not really, 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 really doing because they don't really care. They really don't. It sometimes the videos end up being nasty. But I just don't think. I think in certain aspects, Mr. Thomas is right that AI can be very beneficial. If you are one person and you need an extra hand, or you need AI to explain something to you so that way you can understand something before you hit post or publish, that's great. But overall, I do think that AI is going to be a very huge issue for years to come, and nobody's going to be smart again. Nobody is going to actually do any kind of research. We're all going to become everybody in Wally because of AI. AI should be a companion tool. It should not be the be all end all. Let me take over, what you need to do and how to survive. If you want to learn something, as if like, if you want to go take a trip somewhere to a different country, and you want to tell like Chat GPT to be like, hey, this is my budget, what can I do? That stuff is smart, because then you have a little bit of an advantage to be like, okay, I need to save this. And then you'll be okay if you go travel to another country with the amount of money that you have. So you're not going there, kind of stupid in a way. And then you spend all your money and then you don't know what to do. But to use it for like other things, it's like, why? Now you're speaking straight facts here. AI is becoming a huge issue, especially with people asking Chat GPT to do everything for them. Like, no, my boy, read a damn book, go to a library. Yeah, man. If you want libraries to still stay around, go support your local library. Libraries are nonprofits, so they rely on grants and stuff like that to stay open. The fact that we don't have people going to libraries anymore is kind of, maybe they do, but go to your local library. Have fun reading books. Stop putting agendas in books. Stop pushing ideologies in books. Like, write books. Just don't like push agendas, narratives, or ideologies that do not mix with society for a thriving society. But that's just but that's just me.
there will be no changes to AI for another minimum 10 years because the big beautiful bill passed, and for some reason that was just mixed in there. But I'm not
Isn't that
political, Jeff.
interesting? Is it
Not
that
being
interesting?
too political, but it's funny. So there's no guidelines to this. It's just have at it, figure it out while you can.
No.
Hopefully, it doesn't figure out how to guess my PIN number.
Right,
Biggest thing
exactly.
is the
And it
center
already has. by the
of
way.
all empires.
It knows my
Power
birthday.
brokers can't get along, and we've already seen it. I mean, Peter Thiel hates Elon.
AI did really good for writing for SmackDown. Yeah.
Musk and Elon Musk, Sam and Bezos, they all hate each other. Zuckerberg, I mean, sometimes they like Trump, sometimes they hate Trump, sometimes he likes them, sometimes he hates them. So, it's like the world is never enough. I think that was a James Bond movie. But I want to frame this because this will be about 10 days, before it drops. I still haven't dropped one with Ricky for that sake.
So you want to start a business. You might think you need a team of people and fancy tech skills.
Oh, another ad. I can't skip the ad.
Arrow. I'm Walton Goggins, and as an actor, I'm an expert at looking like I know what I'm doing. GoDaddy Arrow uses AI to create everything you need to grow a business. It'll make you a unique logo. It'll create a custom website. It'll write social posts for you and even set you up with a social media calendar. GoDaddy Arrow will take your idea that sounds good and make a business that looks like you know what you're doing. Get started at godaddy.com/arrow. That's godaddy.com/AIRO.
You're a small business owner, but that means you're a lot of other things too. Accountant, handyman, payroll specialist, and IT expert, just to name a few. So how about you let Capitus make at least one thing easy for you? Capitus is the home of small business financing made simple. Compare multiple offers at once for business loans, lines of credit, equipment financing, revenue-based financing, and more. No appointments, no waiting days for approval. Up your cash flow and grow your business with Capitus today. Start an application at capitus.com. That's KAPITUS.com.
He'll know it's ready. This was on the heels of the story that Mr. Thomas's friend Dave Meltzer broke, saying that WWE had experimented with using AI for storylines, which apparently was a false
I
claim.
didn't see that. That's the thing.
You were busy this weekend. You were at work all weekend.
Oh my god! Wait, so I made this post at the same time this happened.
This is why. This is why the timing of all this is immaculate because I love that you're blind to the subject.
No wonder everybody hates me. Okay,
the back end of the internet, everyone thinks that. What was the story, Jeff? That it suggested that Bobby Lashley, not with the company, come back and be like over obsessed with Japan and Japanese culture.
Well,
oh my god!
But actually,
Really?
I thought Bobby Lashley still worked for WWE. It did not. So Brock.
So was my mother. What's
well,
is the harm?
In my dreams, so do I. But anyway, yes, he would come. He would return as a man that was obsessed with Japanese culture. So basically, he would become 50 and yasagai. The Black Samurai. So that would be
The Black Samurai.
Actually, isn't that unusual? Because half the people I know who like anime are African Americans. So hey, big deal. But anyway,
not that far off.
Yeah,
just the age gap. I would rather be Xavier Woods than Big E, and that's only because age is a thing. That's all.
Well, Bobby Lashley. Now, I would rather Big E be able to do anything like that.
Listen,
period.
They put
What does age have to do with it?
something in the water up there in Cornelia, man. Slim J and Xavier, like all those guys that come out of Wild Side, none of them age. AJ, they all.
Oh,
maybe I got some of them too. I was there for a little while, so maybe I got a little bit of that magic.
he was there?
There you go, the elixir. So
chest hair too.
When was Cruel in WWE?
Those guys you mentioned have awesome chest hair. I don't know what that, but like phenomenal.
Okay, all right then. Very good. So yeah, so you posted basically, it's here, so we need to learn how to adapt, and everyone's like basically like hitting you up for whatever art or whatever they produce. They assume that you were attacking them or their niche directly. And a couple times I'm like, I really don't think that the man is making any grand moral statement. I think that he's just stating that the technology is here, people are going to use it, companies are going to use it, and if you don't, you're going to be like me, the kid who in 1990 said, computers aren't going to be a thing, and I've been behind ever since. But, and you're right now at that cusp. So it's funny that you were not inspired by the actual controversy that was going on.
I had no idea, man. That's great. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
this is this is so much fun now. So yeah, it makes so much more sense. I did not see that at all, which is funny as hell. I actually thought, I, yeah, I thought the heat come from, and it did was Atticus Kogar had made a completely AI promo video about the feud that we're having at GCW, and I just debuted there recently, and uh, and so he made this completely AI generated promo, and it I thought it was great. It was supposed to look like a dream state type of thing, so it wasn't supposed to look real to begin with. And so I thought that's what it was, but I'm sure it was some of that, but now I know that that there was some other trigger points as well.
Yeah.
Not to keep,
Hopefully melts and
dragging this out, but like I think the same concept of like how we use CGI for movies and things like that. Like, where is the separation of like, yes, I know like Superman's not really flying, but like there's some in between. And it's also it's fucking wrestling. Like it's
Right.
we're making magic in movies anyway. Like, let's figure it out. There's a middle place.
Yes.
It's just not right now. It's just too soon.
I didn't even think about that. That we use CGI for a lot of things when it comes to movies. Movies have lost their magic because they don't use practical effects. I'm of the team of like use practical effects and CGI if you need to. But I would just say that I didn't think about that. And if you guys are, the frames are dropping, I'm so sorry. Um, but yeah, question, do we consider or did you guys ever consider that CGI um is a type of AI? Because that could be a thing. Did we ever consider CGI to be a type of AI? But then again, like if I decide to change my background and put up the green screen that I have, and me and Ravage use the green screen a lot for our videos. Essentially, we're doing CGI with the green screen and like using the green screen. So I don't know, could that be a type of AI underneath the AI umbrella? Or am I just thinking too deeply about this? I think I'm thinking too deeply about this.
Yeah, no, there is a middle place for all that. And like I said, well, that was the point. Like, hey, we got to navigate it. We're gonna figure it out. What happens when they decide they want to just AI generate our voice into promos? Because
Yeah, no, I don't know. AI to take my voice or someone else's voice and then try to prove that it's false in the court of law. People are nasty out here. The internet has created nasty ass people that will hurt you on a internet level, no.
there, because it's happened. We
What
Yeah.
about that contract that somebody signed 20 years ago that gave the likeness rights forever, and all of a sudden you're having Prime Hulk Hogan feuding with Prime Stone Cold Steve Austin, and nobody needs to be hired. Period.
exactly.
That's
Like
not-
just to protect
I'm
them.
cool with that as long as it's on some type of headset and only one person can watch it at a time when they pay money. But don't feed that to me as a normal price.
As long as the guys are still getting paid, I would be fine. Or somebody's family member is getting paid. As long as, but if they stealing, that goes back to what we were talking about before we went on the air. If these people who are artists, who are making art of us many times and selling it independently without anybody ever knowing it, happens. We know it happens. How we don't get compensated for that. That's not right either.
Right.
So
All right, to steer this away from the professional wrestling world, Mr. Jeff.
So wait, I have a question. Does he mean like fan art that if or just AI art that people use AI art to create the wrestlers and not giving them like a percentage or whatever. Like, I don't know what he was like specifically referring to. Cuz it okay. So, story time. Um and I know this personally because I got blocked after I decided to go to bat for a wrestler. So what do you call it? Drilla Maloney, right? Um Basically like his name is obviously copyrighted, and obviously he uses Drilla Maloney like everywhere, and New Japan Pro Wrestling, and Japan has very interesting laws when it comes to like, you know, their copyright, especially when it comes to like names and stuff like that. um so I don't know the details, but because he's contracted under New Japan Pro Wrestling, in order to like license his name, you probably have to go through a whole process for that. It's not like here in the United States, if like, you know, we make something for Mads Krugger, and like we show it to him and it's like, hey, we did this, or you know, yeah, we'll leave it at that. So basically, um there's another content creator who loves their wine. And I haven't even interacted with them in forever, but the story is that she will make merchandise where it says like, I think she has like bad bitches for like Eddie Kingston, bad bitches for Hangman, and she did one of like bad bitches for Drilla Maloney. And Drilla didn't like that because his name is under the licenses of New Japan Pro Wrestling. And like I said, Japan has different licensing laws when it comes to merchandise and stuff like that, and IP stuff, than the United States. Of course, the people in AEW don't give a shit about their name, so she makes money off of their name. And Drilla didn't like that. She didn't, you know, he told her something. She got fussy and upset about it, and I basically had to tell Drilla like, yo, um, content creator, you know, all this kind of stuff. She does it for like everybody else, any other wrestler and whatnot. And yeah, I learned that you can't really try to make money off of somebody else's name if their name is under like New Japan Pro Wrestling because of the licenses. I haven't really thought about this incident in like so many years, and because I was like, hey, stop trying to make money off of somebody else's wrestling name, I get blocked. And I get blocked for defending Drilla Maloney because I think that's very not right to try to be like bad bitches for Drilla Maloney, even though it was only done because she basically ogles and like, you know, loves looking at men, which is not a bad thing. But to just be like, oh my God, they're hot. Drilla Maloney knows he's hot. Okay, this guy works out like nonstop, is a party guy, and like shows off his damn muscles every single time. So he knows he's hot. But, you know, to constantly do this thing where you have a niche of taking a wrestler's name, making money off of them, and not even giving them a percentage of it is wrong. So that's one instance within OBS reconnected. Well, first disconnected to reconnect. Anyway, so yeah, she took it down. And you know, that's all he wanted, because he was just like, you know, she took it down and then complained that she had to take it down. And it's like, you know, Drilla explaining to me that you know, New Japan doesn't like that kind of stuff. You really can't do that. And that's also his name. You should not be making money off of a wrestler's IP. You should not be making money off of their name. If you don't have like a contract with them to be like, hey, I'll make you merchandise. I'm gonna split the profits with you. Now, it is completely different when you reach out to a graphic designer and you're like, hey, what are your rates? and then you agree to pay the artist their rate to give you a logo or a merch design, and you go sell it on Pro Wrestling Tees, meaning the wrestler when I say you, and then the wrestler goes and sells it. That's different. You're paying for the artwork. But if you're just doing simple stuff because all the girls and girlies are like, oh my god, that wrestler is so hot, he's so awesome, look at his awesome muscles. I don't even know, he's not a good wrestler, but he has awesome muscles and all I care about are the muscles. If you attract a crowd like that, females like that who are lustful after the guys, of course you're going to be making money in that little niche, and then making money off of the wrestlers, and then the AEW wrestlers are not going to tell you anything, or not going to, mention to stop. But yeah, that happened. That happened at one point, and I didn't like it because I don't really think that people should be making money off of wrestlers' names in the first place, unless they both have a contract with binding rules of like, I'm going to make this merchandise for you, and whatever sales I get, you get a percentage. But yeah, so that's why I was wondering what Krugger here was talking about, because is he talking about like fan art, or is he talking about AI stuff? About him trying to, not him specifically, but just getting a compensation at least. But yeah, that's one story in the wrestling community that, I was in the middle of it. Listen, I will always protect the wrestlers that, do the right thing. I'll stand by them. Pro wrestling is a wealthy person's game that many try to play, but few are truly invited to the table. Promoters think they're better than celebrities, and you don't get anywhere unless you have money. That's true. That's true. Promoters do think they're fucking celebrities, man. Man.
I would love to. And if anyone wants to hear more of my opinions, and I'm a bit of a panicist on AI, you can listen to the other Garden of Thought shows where I talk about practically every single show. This fits in everywhere. All right. So first thing, this is easy. It should be easy. Champ, do you have a funny Mr. Thomas story?
So you want to start a business. You might think you need a team of
Oh my god, these ads.
but you don't. You just need GoDaddy Arrow.
I can't even get ads on my own Spotify podcast
Even when I don't.
because I don't reach the numbers.
Business, Walton Goggins goggle glasses. But I'm an actor. I don't know what I'm doing. I need help.
Spotify changed the whole entire game, man. I hate it.
It'll make you a unique logo. It'll create a custom website. It'll write social posts for you and even set you up with a social media calendar. I didn't even realize I needed a social media calendar. GoDaddy Arrow will take your idea that sounds good and make a business that looks like you know what you're doing. GoDaddy Arrow can get your business up and running in minutes. You know what that sounds like? It sounds like a plan. Get started at GoDaddy.com/arrow. That's GoDaddy.com/AIRO.
Calling all new TikTok users. TikTok brings together fun, inspiration, and shopping, all in one app. And here's a special treat for you. Download TikTok, search for GetTik, GETTIK, and instantly get $20 no minimum spend voucher just for joining. Search for GetTik, GETTIK. Use it right away on a wide range of TikTok Shop products. No limits, no catch. It's quick, it's easy, and it's all yours. Download TikTok now and claim your voucher today.
No, God, no. Oh, I don't think I really. I mean, funny in a sense of like, dude, we've had some good times. So like, I think last. Well, no, like we just, I don't know. We always chucking it up. So it's, but I don't have anything I remember distinctly that was embarrassing for him. Thomas is.
If you want to DM me, that'd be fantastic. So what it is that Spotify changed up their ad program. So I have to meet a certain amount of numbers in order for just to get the ads on Spotify. So before all of this, right, it was Anchor.fm, and Anchor would allow me to put ads on my podcast episodes no matter what. But when they went over to Spotify to merge everything, the monetization is as follows. And I'm letting you know, I'm looking at my stuff. The Spotify Partner Program. This is where you end up getting you get ads uh on the Spotify stuff. Um, I don't know who here listens to my stuff on Spotify, but if you could let me know that ads randomly play, let me know. But I don't get any of that money. Um, Spotify does send my podcast episodes out to like 9 different other categories, and I don't really make a cent from any of that stuff. But um the Spotify partner program, it says you can effortlessly earn from both ads and premium video revenue. And to apply, I would need 2,000 people to stream only on Spotify. So I need 2,000 people who listen to Spotify to stream my stuff only on Spotify within the last 30 days. I need to hit 10,000 consumption hours within the last 30 days. And since I already published 424 episodes, I have that in the bag. But yeah, I no longer have the ability to just put ads when I'm uploading my stuff to Spotify. This is why I'm like, I don't get it. Like they need all this stuff. I still have like 87 cents in my wallet ever since they did the merger with Anchor.fm. So yeah, if you wanna DM me, that's fantastic. But yeah, and I'm only telling you that from like my side, so I don't know.
Like sleeping in the back of an Uber.
Dude, listen, Thomas is that guy. I mess with him all the time. I'm like, you need to be out here on the Indies with me, and he just shakes his head. And he's like, I'm right where I want to be.
I'm going home, bro.
I don't. Hey,
Right back to right cave.
I mean, even when he said he was available on X, he insulted the world by saying, "But I'm available for shindy dates." So
I will say I did reach out this very weekend. Someone was working like a show in South Dakota. Alex Kane, shout out Alex Kane, and I reached out to him and said like, give this promoter my email address. There's no other reason for me to go to South Dakota or that area of the country ever. So if I can con someone to buying my flight, I will work for cheap, give you a good show. If I can just like bounce around and see 4 states that would never take me there, like only wrestling would take me to the middle of the country,
right.
where there's a caucus somewhere to nominate a candidate somewhere. But Mads, as a big dude, how do you navigate eating on the road? Because you're on the road 3, 4, 5, 6 days a week at this point. It's like being out of your bag and out of the airport, and how much do you hate it?
I hate it, dude. It's so bad. It's the worst, and that's probably why I can never like. I'll have a really good. I know I've noticed, and you're right. Like during the slow time of the year, maybe especially coming up, right? November slow down, December really slows down. That's when I get in the best shape.
Yep.
Like because I'm on a steady workout plan. I'm on a steady diet. But no, it's hard, dude, and I'm getting better at it. After it's just it's hard to pack that much food. You're going for 4 days. You can't pack that much food and travel with it. So you got to try to figure out where can I eat? What can I eat? What are the things you can go get quick late at night? Because we're to get done to 11, 12 o'clock at night. So Waffle House is my best friend because you can eat the shit out of eggs there all day, every day. And I do. I bet I eat Waffle House 3, 4 times a week.
Ooh.
Like, so. But I mean, you don't have to order the trash is there. There's eggs. They have eggs.
Oh, you eat steak and eggs for sure.
All day, every day. So
I remember hearing this Ryback story of how he said he would go to Buffalo Wild Wings and get fucking 300 boneless nugs and just have and like weird stuff like that always sticks out. And like blessing and curse. I'm not on the road as much as you guys are, but like I couldn't imagine being in the car, putting in miles, and like trying to not only eat clean but like eat enough.
Right.
I have this big thing where when I'm home and I eat 3, 4, 5, 6 times a day, like I'm in and out of the fucking hopper all day. So I couldn't imagine being, in a rental on the road, at a building, trying to stuff my face and recycle it properly as the day goes on. So it's tough. I think some people forget that they think life on the road, you're in hotels, you're in an airport. It's like not everything's first class at the Hyatt. You know what I mean? So sometimes it's hard to find food, and you're in a no man's land town where shit closes at 8, 9 o'clock, before the show starts, let alone, when the show's over. So life ain't.
Oh yeah, dude. and that's what you're exactly right. I mean, these indie promotions, the fact that they're flying us in, period, it speaks volumes to the what they're doing. Appreciate the hell out of them because I look at it sometimes. I'm like, there's no way. They somebody lost money here. Unless they had sponsors or something. But like, because I take all that into consideration. I'm a businessman.
Mm-hmm.
My I don't want people losing money bringing me places.
Yeah, we
what I'm
want to
saying?
come back. We want to come back.
Right, right. So I take all that into consideration. And you're right. You don't get the opportunity
Yeah, we're listening to Evil Dose and Mr. Thomas from MLW talk to Mads Kruger.
to eat good all the time. So you do have to figure it out. I ate Buffalo Wild Wings Saturday night, and I ate about 26 wings, I think. So like that's that. I knew I had an opportunity to pack it in right then, and I did. So you just do what you can do.
Oh, yeah. Jeff, I know you got a list.
It's all right. When you were in WW, did you ever cross? Did you ever overlap there or anywhere else with PJ Black? He was the first co-host of this show.
I don't think so. Maybe is Logan Creed back in the day?
Yeah, he was Justin Gabriel. No, it's all right. I was going to ask if everyone has a funny PJ story, and they're actually funny.
Hmm.
But it's all right.
Only because he's a nut though. He's a crazy person. He's like the equivalent to our Paul London. Like he's a Paul London.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, best guy.
Yeah, he's a darewolf. I mean, he does crazy things, and like I mean, yeah, I mean, I actually texted with him yesterday, and like he asked me to remind him of something he did, and he's like, "Yeah, that does sound like me." Anyway, he actually said he misses being on the podcast, but he doesn't even have time to work out anymore. I'm like, well, you need to work out. I have it doesn't matter. It might be categorized as a man crush. Anyway, so do you have any plans for Atlas 3i? I've heard from Avi Loeb. He's all over the internet and everywhere. He's that Harvard physicist who sort of went rogue and is saying that Uawuma was a probe, and he says this is obviously spacecraft. And as of October 29th, everything's going to change. So today is
Dude,
October.
it's just my
20th.
cousins, man. It's just my cousins. It's fine.
Well,
It's fine.
Wait.
His
Is it
cousins.
real? Is it your
What?
Is it like your Southern boy cousins, or is it like your atrocity?
No, it's my real cousins. Yeah, and
What?
that's an inside IWTV Jerry joke. Jerry
Oh.
runs IWTV. He thinks I'm an alien. He's convinced. He does because he doesn't understand.
No, he's from Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, which there's some
Exactly.
There's shit out there.
Exactly. No, we were sitting together in a bar one night after a ICW show, and I was like, just been through the ringer, right? I mean, during the match, pouring blood, and we're sitting there at a bar, and I'm fully dressed, nice clothes. You couldn't tell I'd ever bled at all that day, and he just kind of looks at me.
One of my thoughts on Discovery going up for sale. Tony Khan being a deep hole with Paramount buy it. Basically, I don't know. AEW better have a backup plan. Um, Tony Khan better have a backup plan. Um, Warner Brothers Discovery could do what they want to do. They're realizing that like it's going downhill. They're not making enough money. And this is the thing that AEW has that mindset of like being an indie forever rather than being a TV show on a prime time spot in a way, minus the Saturday show. It is what it is. We'll see what happens, but AEW needs a backup plan. Tony Khan needs a backup plan, and everybody that is getting a lucrative deal in AEW need a backup plan because if the money stops, then we're going to hear a lot of people say, oh, it was never good. They never paid me well, all this kind of bullshit. So it is what it is. We'll all see what happens.
He's like, "Are you not bleeding anywhere anymore?" I was like, "No, dude, I'm fine." I was like, "That shit's already healing." And he's like, "You're an alien, aren't you?" And then ever since, like, he's just convinced. He's like, "Yep, that's what it is." He's like, "You're."
What kind of alien are you? Pleiadian? Are you?
I'm a gray. Evidently, I'm one of the grays.
Well, you
which kind of checks.
Gray. Most of them are short.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh no, the grays are tall, right? The grays are the tall ones.
Depends who you talk to. I talk to a lot of experts, and I have a lot of discrepancy in the expertise. I don't know, so maybe you should.
Well, he told me the grays were tall, so I just went with it, man. I'm just going off what he said. So
Yeah, well, the Pleiadians are definitely tall. They're like the Elvic,
Well,
they're
maybe
like
that's what it is.
they're like the
They
guys
just
that
left
feed
me.
each
They
other.
left me here. I hope they're gonna let me know what I am. But yeah, they're coming back. I don't know if they're picking us up or what they're doing.
Oh, it's like ET. This is so sad. No wonder you're mad. No wonder you're mad. Yeah, I get it now. So no plans between now and the 29th. You're all good. You're all set. Any advice for the rest of
Yeah,
us?
no, it's gonna be fun, man. Just like every other. It's just another blank. It's just another smoke and mirror story for us, man. Like everything else they do. That's all it is.
Where the heck is Joseph Samael? Where's Joseph Samael?
Oh, he's back, and have you heard?
No,
We got him.
I
We got him back.
I'm so excited. I saw his great
I feel like I know that person. Maybe I don't know that person.
stone at Slaughterhouse, and I said Shadow should be mad that she shouldn't have one, and she's like, you should too. I'm like, I agree.
Right, right. Oh, he's talking about the gravestones. Oh my God, they shouted me out, guys. They shouted me out.
I think he's done from the ring. Most
I
likely.
think so too. We say that, man, and you know as well as I do, he's gonna get that itch. He's probably already got it.
Yeah, said managing a world champion sounds really good on paper. Coming from someone who has.
Right?
Right, that's right.
Listen, I opened up a PWI magazine in a Walmart somewhere. I don't know where me and my old lady were, and I flipped to the rankings section in the back. And beknownst to me, I was like the top number 6 manager in the country up until that point. And here I was bitching that I'm not featured on the poster. Random PWI top 10 manager. Like, all right, on my resume forever now.
Listen, PWI, man, they're so biased. Like,
You're like the modern day Diamond Dallas Page and Colonel Robert Parker. You're too tall to be a manager.
Who would have thought?
Dude, Tom, I'll say this. I know this is now I'm saying stuff to y'all, but like how I think it was so cool that whole run you had with Alex, and then coming out of that, like you remember the first time I was there, the first run, um, to now, and like now how you're being used, and I put you over. I was putting you over on a podcast like 2 weeks ago. I was like, dude, this guy, like, if he was on the Indies, he'd be every bit as big as the thing he's not. And I know that's your choice. You don't want to do it, but you would be. But that's all.
Maybe will convince me to come out the house every once in a while. But I do appreciate. I do. I
But
feel.
no, I love to see you in these big matches now. I love to see you and working with us and doing all the shit we like to do. You know what I mean? Like it's awesome.
You guys
I
do
love it.
fun stuff with weapons.
Yeah.
That's my lungs. I would like to say for the record, my nephew says he's no longer watching wrestling after you gave me an electric chair and I suplexed somebody off the top. He said he couldn't take it anymore.
I'm just glad you're still here with us, brother.
yeah.
Take it anymore. I said, me neither, buddy. Thank you.
He knows that was C.W. Anderson, right?
So you want to start a business. You might think you need a team of people and fancy tech skills, but you don't. You just need.
We're getting a truck there and getting the permits, and I mean, it's more complicated.
Did you see the photo? It was like a minivan with like a fireman's ladder on top of it. Like it was like it had to like crank out and like go down. This was real work was put behind this, and it went off.
That's every episode of Animal Kingdom. They have a conversion van and they paint it and they put like whatever Pacific Cable on the side of it or Pacific Gas and Energy or whatever the van is, and they
and piecing out on dirt bikes is the crucial key to this in Europe. They're never getting caught. Those guys are gone forever.
And they're like your friend from work, Shotzi Blackheart, who can like make anything in the garage and like build tanks and stuff. So, I love.
It was super impressive, man. I mean, it was impressive. Like you gotta give them a little bit of credit. That
I hope they have a buyer set up. That's all I have to say. Is like I hope you have this shit already sold before you go and do it, because just selling the show in the black market doesn't sound like a fun job at all.
Well, how do you think the Soros paid for all the marchers the other day? I mean,
Yeah.
Come on, you got to finance it somewhere. You steal from the Rothschilds, or you borrow from the Rothschilds. One way or the other, it's the Rothschilds, because those first got sucking candies are the root of all evil, as we know.
Yeah.
I want an immediate documentary on this heist.
So do I. This absolutely needs to be a Netflix show. It needs to be at least 8 episodes.
it will be. It will be. There's no doubt it will be. They'll definitely do it. They're gonna. Well, I mean, if technology is as good as it is, they're gonna catch them, right? I mean, unless these guys are really, really, really high top end like thieves. But we'll see.
There's a certain guy in Russia that could use some liquidity.
That's true. That's true.
All right, I'm not inquiring about anyone's politics. I don't care here about this. But we just had marches, and if you were inclined or prone to march in something, are you just too damn tall to do it?
Me? Yeah. No, I'm not. I'm not doing any marches anywhere about for anything. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Not my. That's not my.
I mean, I know that's Thomas, but that'd be about the 17th thing on the list. Like the first one's don't want to leave home. There's no food.
There's large crowds there. I'm definitely not going.
Right.
Too hot outside. Too cold outside. Too many people. Too few people. Too many ugly people. Not enough black people. Not enough white women.
What?
I don't know white women, dude. Come on.
I'm not your best friend for nothing. I mean, I realize that I'm not your best friend, but you're my best friend.
He knows me. It's a lot. I mean, there's not a lot of things that I would. There's nothing in this world that I would protest. Like literally get out of the house and go protest. Maybe not love to. Like whatever it is that hasn't happened yet. I like to bitch and complain for confines of my own home.
Me too.
It doesn't matter. Like when you go out there, regardless of which side you're on, no one's gonna hear you. The people, you're just making a stink over nothing, and most of the time clogging up traffic, which in Tampa's already.
Yes. Yes. This is why I don't do it either. And when I see it happen, I'm like, it's all paid for, and it's all just to make a spectacle, and it's just to be loud and obnoxious, and it doesn't change anything. Protesting of the past during the Civil Rights Act, that changed a lot. That was done right. Protesting today is not done right. You have a lot of brainwashed kids, a lot of brainwashed women that tend to have no soul when you look into their eyes, that would want to be a part of something because they don't know how to do anything else. They don't know how to be an individual. It's all about, thinking together rather than like thinking on your own and then presenting it and, talking about it. But yeah, protesters of today don't really do anything. They don't do anything at all. They're headaches. They are violent. Even if you think that they're peaceful, they're not really peaceful. They have people that will shut down other people that just want to ask them questions because, I mean, you should be able to ask questions of like, hey, why are you here? Why are you protesting? What are you protesting about? And then, providing facts basically mainly facts about how, they could be misled. And you don't want people to be misled at all. So
Saturday's the wrong day to get me out of the house. Anything if I'm not wrestling. I watch football in the locker, and you see me do it sitting on my phone in the corner. Like if I'm home on a Saturday during the fall, that's not the time to get me to do something.
For sure. Cool. Did you go through the tall, awkward stage where you realized that?
thank you for talking about this. Everyone is so concerned about losing their independent thought, but then they rage when someone has a different opinion. Yeah, man, it's really sad. We should all value the different opinions because an opinion is an opinion, and opinions change over time with experiences and perspectives, and I said experiences already. But people are so afraid to be who they want to be, and that's because they get raised on the internet, they get raised on TikTok, they get raised on Instagram, they get raised on Twitter and Reddit, and the more times that you see this stuff, the more times your mind is like, oh, I need to do this, I need to do this for someone else's approval. It's like, no, you need your approval first before anyone else's approval can mean something. If you think that if your opinion is that you enjoy green apples versus red apples, that should be your opinion. We shouldn't have like 20,000 people saying that red apples are better than green apples, and if you like green apples, you could go fuck yourself. There's no reason to have that type of hostility if someone has a different of opinion of what they like, and you don't like it because they don't agree with you and they're not on board with you. I live by this because I'm in New York City of like, but I don't know you. And so my train of thought is not going to be the same thing as you because I don't know you. And that's how it is. Make sure to continue to have independent thought. Don't have other people speak for you. Don't have other people to, my echo is bad. That's because we are losing frames right now. I apologize if my echo is bad, but that's because we're losing frames right now. I'm streaming on 3 different places, and like I think I need to cut one of them off to have a good one. Rumble, it's been good. I'm gonna probably cut this one off just to have more frames be here. Telling you, man, I need an upgrade. My phone wish list is around in order for me to like stream on 3 different places. I'm leaving the Patreon up just so we can have it. But hopefully my sound is good. Hopefully it doesn't echo. I don't know why it'd be echoing. But yeah. So uh but yeah, tell your thought. Don't have people speak for you. Stand up for yourself. Stand up in what for what you believe. And speak it. Um
Start lifting weights or do something, or was it never? You never have that tall geeky stage.
Dude, in high school was crazy. I wasn't the tallest until I got to high school. So I was always a big kid. But like when I graduated high school, I was 325 pounds and 6'5", right? So I was definitely big. But I was always the big fat kid. So I guess that's what that I was always that kid. And working out didn't really strike me and getting in shape till I started like doing this, till I started wrestling. Um, because I was just okay being a big kid. I played football, went to college to play football. I was a lineman, so like that was kind of the look for a lineman. You just wanted to be as strong as possible and huge. So yeah, I mean, I never really went through a awkward stage, I guess. I mean, I was just awkward. I was just big. I was bigger than everyone.
Yeah,
It
but
was just
six
it
five
was
and
what it
fat
was.
is much different than 6'5" and like 160, or
Right.
say 5'7" and 325. So
So you want to start a business. You might think you need a team of people and fancy tech skills.
Man, so listen, let's go through how many names I've had since I started wrestling. You want to do that? So when I first started back in 2004, I was Dine, DY.
Damn, 2004. Damn. I didn't know he wrestled that long. People are indeed hesitant to express their thoughts. Example, I was a kid when Russo booked WCW and WWF. I thought WCW was hilarious and loved it at the time, in addition to WWF. Yeah, WCW had some pretty good, hilarious spots. By the way, let me know if my sound is echoing again. Because I don't know. I can't be able to hear it, but I think that it should be good. But yeah, we're losing frames. I don't understand. OBS, man. OBS. But yeah, I agree that WCW had some really funny spots.
NE, Die, from Final Fantasy VII, favorite game ever. By the way, go back to PlayStation 2 and video games. But then Logan Creed became a thing around 2012, and that's actually what I was when me and Thomas met when I started MLW, and then Grogan for what a month was it when they put me with the Dynasty, and that fell through almost immediately. Went back to Logan Creed, um, and then COVID happened, and coming out of COVID was when Court had the idea for Mads Kruger. So we did that first tapings we had with no crowd down in Orlando. So that's when that character was introduced. And that was when I kind of looked at that and I thought it looked terrible at the time. I was like, man, this is really, really basic, but this could be really cool. And so I remember I had that mask drawn that we were down there. So that like after the first night, like I had that mask drawn, went home, found somebody to make it, ordered it. 3 months later, I got the mask, took it to court. I was like, look at this, and he said, that's too cool. And I was like, what do you mean this is too cool? He's like, I don't need you to look cool. I need you to be a heel. And I said, okay. Well, I've got my work under a mask anyway, and he didn't want me to use meds on the indies at the time because he was really trying to protect it. So I created Cruel and started doing that on the indies, and it took off on its own as well. And then when I left and came back last year, the first of the year, when we had the conversation, I said, hey, can we just kind of combine these two things? And so it can connect. Everybody will have the connection at least. And so that's why now it's Mad Cruel Krugger. It just gives people opportunity to say, if they want to call me Cruel, cool. If they want to call me Mads, fine. Whatever you want to call me, because there are people out there who prefer the Mads. There are a lot of people who prefer just saying Cruel. So they can say whatever they want now.
You're like that the Dr. Pepper commercial. You can call me Ray. You can call me Jeff. So listen, Contra, hail! Oh, there, look at that. We should get sponsored by that and Don Gatto. Please, Don Gatto. We like to keep it. So, hail Contra was an army. It's not much an army anymore. Quan's still in Contra, but I don't see you guys interacting that much. So, like, is there like an outs between the two of you, or is it just like you're a little bit busy? He's busy stealing lucha masks. Are Joseph Samuel coming back? Is maybe they're going to be a reconstituted army? A certain someone who's below us on the window pane on the screen here has recently taken an approach towards heelishness and the more aggressive. I mean, was a super heavyweight faction. I mean, he is. He's every time I hear him, he's growing, and they add 5 pounds to his weight. He's pretty soon he's gonna be 6'7", 320. He's gonna be Hoser 87, brother. I mean, what's happening? What's up with Quan? Is Contra gonna reconstitute its army? This is like the longest question ever. Or are you actually like a secret face where you're battling the other, two of the other giants in Bishop and Dijak, and and then it's like a slow turning, like the Joe Hyatt song or John Hyatt song.
I think you're hitting all the right notes, and I'm going to leave it alone at that. I think we've been on some side quests for sure. As far as a group goes,
okay,
we kind of had our own things going on, but yeah, I don't want to give too much away because I don't want to spoil that because it's close to my heart. But I think it'll be very interesting moving forward. Yeah, and you hit a lot of key notes there that are good questions to ask about it and watching it.
Well, let it play out, Mr. Jeff. Let it.
Let it play out.
Booger in Better Off Dead said, "I've been in this high school 7.5 years, Lane Meyer. I'm no dummy. I've been watching professional wrestling over 50 years. I'm no dummy." So
I'll say this. The reaction to what is you pointed out, and it's been playing out already. But the fact that me interacting with these heels and the reaction I'm getting from the crowd is helping tell that story.
Los Angeles was really telling a story on that the entrance to that cage match. They really loved them some Mads pro champ, brother. So
well, hey, I just said this a minute ago, and he was 100% right. When I told you I had that mask made and I took it to court, and he said it's too cool. Do you know why he said that? He knew it would happen eventually, and he didn't want it to happen too soon. So,
how do you like that mask? How do you like working with that mask? I'm not gonna ask too many questions, but I know at least once or twice I've waffled you and see you have to readjust that mask. If that's a me thing or if that's how it fits. I know I hit a little hard sometimes, but is it comfortable back there? Can you breathe? Obviously, you can't eat through there, but what's it made of? Give us a little peek behind that curtain.
No, it's actually it doesn't move around as much as sometimes it does with us. I really think it does.
Got it.
No. Actually, it's not even your fault. It's I've had to be careful about how much I wear it during the day.
Just really, really strong.
I would never say that ever. No, when it gets warm. I mean, it's leather, right? So once if I've worn it for 4 or 5 hours that day, that bad boy gets a little bit loose. It's not as tight as it was when I first put it on. And then we go out there and work, and now it's really sliding around. I really had an issue with it actually in the triple threat because I had worn it so much that day before Dijak and Riddle. I mean, I was fooling with it the whole match. It pissed me off. So I've now started traveling with two of them, and I'll wear one for the promos and stuff during the day and whatever else we film, and I'll save one for the actual matches. So I don't have to so I don't have to do that. But no, it usually doesn't move around too bad. I mean, it forms fit to my face, fits well, breathes well. So yeah, it's usually not an issue. It's never an issue like on the indies at all. So that's why I was like, why is this always happening here and never out? And I was like, wait a minute, that's
You
what's
do
going
stuff
on.
all day. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Hero or villain, any member of Contra is always welcome on this show. Um, Except for who may or may not be me, who always gets punched first in the Sentai Death Squad. I can neither confirm nor deny that. Any paranormal experiences?
I don't, but my grandmother had one, and so the only reason I point that out is we're talking about the most Christian, down to earth lady that you will ever meet in your entire life, no BS, and she swears that she saw one time coming home from the grocery store, middle of the day, over the church that she attends. So that's the only paranormal story I have like close enough that I would say I believe it. I don't think she would lie to.
Listen, I don't think paranormal is separate from religion at all. I think it's intertwined with it. I mean, you got a Holy Ghost there for one.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, hey, some people say aliens are just angels. So
yes, I mean, so many people. Listen, when I first said it, I thought I was clever too, and then I realized that like 17 billion other people already came up with the same idea, and it made all the.
Hey, yo, you were spinning with that Holy Ghost line, bro. You had me. That's the first time I heard it. And I was like, oh, she been holding on to this forever.
Huh.
Holy shit. I was convinced. You got me. I'm all in.
See, that's not a pro. I need an evidence.
I'm not deep in the culture, but shit, I'm with you on that one.
well, now if I guess you said paranormal, I went UFO, but yeah, if you say now, it was mushroom induced, but
Even better.
I talked to a thing one time. I actually had to move out of the house I was in. I had to. I'm serious. I had to leave, bro. I couldn't deal with it.
So it was like insidious.
Yeah, well, every time I'd come home, I was in my 20s, right? I was a bartender, and every time I'd come home to the bar and come in my house, like I wouldn't even go to my bedroom at night anymore because like whatever would talk to me that night when I had done the mushrooms was in my room and kept telling me to come back there, and
Wow.
I slept on the couch for like a month, and I was like, all right, I'm moving. I can't deal with this anymore.
This is like the show Evil. You ever watch the show Evil?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
Okay, so like it doesn't seem like it's going to be good. It seems like everyone looks too clean and neat. But if you watch like 3 or 4, you're like, this is actually delicious.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah.
Delicious. I can't wait for season 4 to come on Netflix. And that's when the story ends.
Yeah, I'm still on. I'm still way early, so I have so little time for TV. But I
So
try.
I should ask you what you're watching. Like, do you like when you download? Do you do horror?
I just did Alien Earth. I don't know if you've seen that yet.
I love Alien Earth.
Yeah, it was incredible. Really, really good. That was a great TV show.
Do you want to be my guest for a show where I review Alien Earth?
Hell yeah, dude. Man. Do that. Yeah, I'll do that.
Oh, Thomas, I'm gonna have a
I'm out. Watch the whole season without me.
No, you're still my best friend. PJ is always gonna be second. Quan is third.
I just finished Peacemaker. That's the only thing I was watching. I loved it.
I gotta get caught up. I like the first season. First season was
Second
awesome.
season, crazy. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right, listen. Peacemaker's okay, but it's
I haven't watched Peacemaker, so I don't know.
total James Gunn. Like if you like pretty colors and a lot of and if you like
I like
yucks between people getting shot.
Yeah.
exactly what I like.
Right, it's fine. But it's like yet another thing with like parallel dimensions. I'm so done with multi dimensions.
This is my first time with the multi-dimension. This is new to me because I'm out on all the other worlds.
Listen,
Well, if they'll just give us Marvel versus DC eventually, I will okay all the multiverse. I will say, yep, okay, you got there. You got there and you gave us what we wanted. I want to see Wolverine
They'll
fight
get
Batman.
ideas sooner or later.
it
Yeah.
depends who buys WBD. See if you ever you get that. They'd be idiots if they didn't do it just on like if they wanted to save direct or just streaming. it just make it because so many people would watch it just in streaming and leave
Well,
like
that was such a big comic book release as kids, man. That was like the biggest. I think that was probably the last biggest comic book happening that I remember. I'm sure there was things along, but like as far as people that didn't even really into comics anymore, like that was big news back in the day when they did Marvel versus DC.
last big thing I remember, and I was done with comic books, but it was so big it made it to my world was the death of Captain America. Like
Hmm.
he got
That was
he
big,
got
yeah.
shot in the head. Like that was the big one. Secret Wars was before that. The death of Captain Marvel was before. They even did a new Captain Marvel afterwards. But yeah, I remember I had a Superman versus the Hulk. It was like a giant
Yeah.
issue, like almost like poster size comic books. Yeah, that was crazy. This is great. I can't believe that you're going to do the Alien Earth with me. Like, I get the.
Bro, that would be. I've watched it twice through now.
Oh
Like
my
that's
God.
how I just want because
Don't make
it
me fall
felt
in love.
such it felt so 80s, right? It felt like the old originals, like the way they did it. I don't
The
know.
sequels had like almost like Prometheus was almost good, but botched it. Now Romulus was okay. I was surprised. I thought like Romulus would be like Alien 90210, but it was actually like became movie. But
Okay.
Alien Earth, it's beautiful. I love it. It's what should have happened. It's got all the auto corporations run everything. People are trying to download themselves into machines to live forever. The world,
Right.
like people saying they're like complaining. There's too much talking. I'm like, what are you talking about? That was like 10 minutes that told us everything you needed to know about the world and the different casts and who was really in charge. Like the captain's not in charge of that ship. We're gonna find out why. I mean, I just thought the whole thing was remarkable.
I did too. Yeah, I saw the hate online too, and I was like, come on. Which they're gonna everybody's gonna hate everything now, so that doesn't really matter. But
Yeah.
no, it was incredible show.
So you want to start a business. You might think you need a team of people and fancy tech skills.
We're too big. We don't really have to ever punch people in the face. We just stand up.
We only punch each other. We just only punch each
Right, right, yeah, exactly.
Thomas is too pretty to get punched. Come on.
Hey, I can bang. He's fucking waffled the shit out of me. I can take it.
Yeah, we get a hold of each other, and we love it.
Phrasing.
That's the best part.
Just don't hit him in the nose where he could bleed. He doesn't like to bleed.
Professionals.
So you didn't like the fish tank spot this past weekend that I did see? That's all the hubbub.
Dual whip piranhas, and I'll be.
There you go, Japanese style.
Hell yeah.
What's next? Do it with piranhas. There you go.
Do it with
Saltwater
piranhas.
crocodiles next
It's
year.
been done. They did piranhas in Japan. They did a pool of piranhas death match. I saw it when I was like way younger.
Same. We should have been watching it, but
Yeah. I've tried it, dude. I tried it.
Probably not. All right. So Grandma saw the ghost. You on mushrooms. You saw entities. So
Yeah, I don't know what it was.
that's all right.
Probably.
Was it the same?
Me unlocking my third eye. That's what it was.
That's why.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. Don't get me started on the esoteric. Actually, I might have to bring PJ back for you because I mean he can go all. PJ is deep. PJ's a smart guy, and he knows all this stuff. I'm but a novice. I love when people say that you're a researcher. I'm like, I'm not a researcher. I'm a podcast, and I listen to my guests. If that's
always just I know enough about stuff to be dangerous. That's just.
I mean, if it wasn't that you were like gigantic and I'm regular size, we'd be twins. Thomas, what are you doing there? What's going on? Are you texting with a lady right now? You are.
the old lady trying to ask me what I want for dinner, and I don't know. I'm fucking doing a podcast. What do you want?
The old lady.
Are you almost
That's breaking news. The old lady.
Monday nights.
Okay.
Monday nights.
Monday nights, the old lady and Gunther. What's more romantic than that?
Oh my God.
Listen, she doesn't mind the wrestling, but you need a girl that will bring food and support whatever it is that you're doing, whether it's play video games on the couch, watch wrestling, lose half of her money on football, and whatever the world takes us.
Oh my God.
Monday.
Sir.
Betting her money on football. Okay, but that is love, isn't that? And for those who've been paying attention, no, I did not hear back from Mark Cuban, and I'm beginning to think I won't. So there's
the win.
Yeah. that was not a response to my Mark Cuban. That was, or you bet on me not hearing from Mark Cuban. That would have been.
Listen, I would say if anybody out there is going to get me something off of my wish list of Throne, you don't have to ask. If you think that something will work for me, it'll be great. Uh um like obviously all of the computer stuff, right, is to upgrade so that way I can do better stuff creatively. Um and then the Xbox is for me playing video games, and I could stream some video games. The tripod, I need a new tripod. Cuz the other one freaking broke. The legs broke. The portable washing machine, so that way I can stop like washing clothes by hand. That'd be great. Um the dry erase board, that might be later cuz I still have not like done what I needed to do. But it's up to you. It's up to you. Oh, say it on Discord. I mean, I said it during the live, but yeah, like I'll just say this: it's whatever you want to get me. That's it. If anybody comes on, like whatever you want to get me, this goes for everybody else that's listening on the VOD. And also if like you see the pinned comment, uh if you ever look at my throne, whatever you can afford, I will be thankful no matter what. No matter what, and I'll use it. But if we could start chipping away at like upgrades, that'd be great. But I don't know. um I always feel kind of weird with that question, only because of like, it's whatever. Um, man, don't man. I would have liked the surprise, but thank you for letting me know. But yeah, just so everybody knows, the throne wish list, and also the treat stuff. If you ever want to buy me food while I'm streaming, um everything that happens, I'm super appreciative of it. So that way I can start doing better stuff, stream a little bit longer with a full belly, all that kind of stuff. And if I can't be honest with you guys, then like, what's the point? Other people will try to hide it and be like, oh, you're asking? Get me the most expensive thing. I'm here like, hey, it's on there. Get me whatever you think that you can afford. It will be for the community itself. It will be for the stream. It will be for the content creation. Um, it will be for making more videos consistently, because that's basically what I did to reach 424 videos for the Square Circle podcast, about doing videos every single day that I did to produce that many videos, because I wasn't sharing like one laptop. Um, but yeah, I just want to put stuff into perspective. That's all. I want to put stuff into perspective. It's whatever you want to get me, whatever you can afford. I'm not pushy, but it is appreciative.
Pretty safe bet. All right. Anything else on your list, Jeffrey?
No. I was actually really counting on a funny Thomas story, but I forgot that you're actually a pro and you don't kibitz and you don't politic and you actually.
You might have a funny story about me. I don't know.
Yeah, do you have a funny
No,
story?
listen. I'll tell you my favorite and least favorite thing about Mads is after one of these New York City shows, we were just down the block away or two, and Jeff, I walk in, I'm jacked, bro. It's summertime, 6'5", dressed nice. Don't half these dudes just came from the show. I walk in like my shit don't stink, and I can fight every dude in here like I'm Haku. 6 minutes of me feeling that way goes by, and I turn around, and this big fuck walks in, who somehow is a half an inch taller than me, but looks like he's 7'5" in real life at all times. And I felt like everybody else in the bar. I'm like, well, I felt like the toughest dude for about 5. But we both had the wherewithal, obviously, to say hi to each other because we're professionals and coworkers and friends at heart. And he's like, as a tag team, we could have took on the whole bar. So
That's exactly, dude. You remember? I walked up to you and I said, "Bro, everybody in here is staring at us like if we fuck up, we're so done."
And it was one of those places where we probably could have got away with like giving someone a doomsday device and just keeping it moving, but
Yeah.
we're all our best behaviors. So for now,
That was a fun night. That was
life is a big man. Life is a big man. Yeah, sounds good. It really does. I'm really a lot jealous. Got real lot, especially now because I don't need to dress up. Like dressing up would like have been a big deal. That would have been very expensive, but now it's like doesn't matter anymore. It's not even part of my world anymore. All right, that is really fantastic. Actually, you guys should consider doing that. I know Thomas, you don't want to do it, but maybe try it out for a while. You could tag Malo and his partner. He's got a giant. Listen, big guys should always be paired up, but they always break up in the long run. They can't ever stay together.
always.
He's got Pretty Boy Smooth.
Look,
Doesn't Clancy have like Ox Adams or something? Oh no, BRG has Ox Adams. Everybody's got somebody.
everybody's got somebody.
Everybody's got somebody. All right, well that's beautiful. That really is. All right, so we got some exciting stuff, and we broke some news here. Cruel, where can people find you if they want to follow you? And other than the I'm obviously going to hit you up to be doing an Earth 2 show. I mean, Alien 2 show.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm excited to do that. That'd be fun. At Atrocity Cruel on every social media platform: X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. What's the other one? What's the? I don't even.
That's it.
I don't know.
Facebook, X.
I think there's one more.
Right.
It's all this. Oh no, I don't have some of those. But if I was on there, it's at Atrocity Cruel. So
LinkedIn.
fine.
Look up a
right.
on LinkedIn.
Evidently, I have a I am is it I am
IMDb.
IMDb, yeah, because it's
I have one. I have one of those. I didn't know I had one, but I have one. So
for some reason, the IWTV stuff all counts. It's immaculate.
I love it. Yeah, there we go.
Jerry, shout out to Jerry.
Thanks, Jerry. But yeah, follow me and keep up with what I'm gonna say next to piss everybody off.
But and in about 2 weeks and into the future, where can people actually buy tickets to see you?
I will be this Wednesday night. I will be in Huntsville, Alabama, doing a Wednesday night show there at at a I can't think of the name of the bar, but
the new
and then
the new Space Flight Center.
Yeah, I know. I can't. God, we were just talking about it. I can't remember right now, but GCW. Yeah, GCW in New York Friday night for Shotzi's big show, big Halloween themed show in New York, and then I'm going right back to Alabama for that same company again Saturday night. So that'll be big, and then the following week, which is Halloween, big week, Rebel Pro up in Waynesboro, Massachusetts on Thursday night, and then I'll be at Beyond Wrestling in Worcester, Massachusetts on Friday night, and then I'm flying over
Oh, sorry.
LA Saturday for Circle Six Saturday, and then I'll be home Sunday.
And of course, this Saturday, totally live, is Dios de los Muertos in LA for MLW.
That's right. Yeah, listen, that's taping. Sorry. Yeah.
What?
Well, that's why.
Correction, South Carolina, not in LA, for the Dia de los Muertos show. South Carolina, Charleston, South Carolina, the home of Anderson Territory.
Hey, that's why I'm not gonna be there.
November 20th. Wait, excuse me, sir, you're not gonna be there?
Or that's why I'm not wrestling Saturday night, because I'll be there.
Actually, they said television taping part. They've actually been much better about telling which is the TV taping part and which isn't. So yeah, less fibbing. We all know it's a work. But hey, also make sure you check out MLW. Mads will be there. He's a world champion. It's November 20th, a rare Thursday night for us. We're in Charleston, South Carolina, the bridal shower capital of maybe not the world, South Carolina.
Hey, brother, it's listen, have you been to Charleston before?
I have. It's not bad.
Okay. I'm driving up, so we might need to have another New York
It's
night.
a small town that's normally popping in the summer, but a Thursday or Wednesday or Friday in November, I'm not really sure, but
no, it will be. Yeah, we're gonna have a good time. It's gonna be a good night.
It's the weekend before Thanksgiving. Oh yeah, even better. So we'll be there. There's a lot of cool people on that show. I think Shotzi's on that show.
I think we're in for some surprises that show too. So I think people are gonna it's gonna be some new faces.
Sell some people out. Cross and Scarlet. Yeah, Cross and Scarlet are on the poster, so we're not selling them out, and all the normal subjects will be.
Negotiations with some people to rent like an SUV or minivan and maybe caravan on down there. Well, not caravan, go.
Oh, I did it again. Uh, if anybody wants to know, for the sake of the record on the stream, I will not be going to the MLW show only because of I will be recovering next month from getting my wisdom tooth pulled, even though it should technically be good by that time that MLW shows on like November 20th. Um but other than that, like, I don't have money to go on my own all the way down there, and I don't have a ride to go. Dose Evil was, talking about maybe like a road trip and whatnot. But I don't drive, and Ravage doesn't drive either. So like, I wouldn't be able to go. I would love to start going to other states and exploring other states and make vlogs for the Square Circle podcast and finding interesting things. I would love to do that. Maybe one day in the future. And maybe one day in the future, I'll work more closely with MLW in order to get any of these opportunities. But no, um, like I said, I'll be recovering from my wisdom tooth being pulled, and then yeah, just surviving.
It's a shitty airport there. Fly from Joppa to Charleston.
Half the fun is the road trip and like
It's the road trip, brother.
Stop in
I
Myrtle
used to say, listen, I used to say that until they started flying me places, and I am spoiled little bitch now because I don't want to drive nowhere.
Yeah, Jeff.
what's
Throw the old lady in the truck.
world to mine. I mean, first of all, the leg space, but I hate going to the airport. I used to travel a lot, and so if I'm going to the airport, it better be like it needs to be a 3.5 hour flight. So if I can drive it, I'd rather.
Yeah, listen, let me backtrack. If it's under 5 hours, that's a drive. I don't mind driving that because that's a podcast or two. That's gonna be some good, catch up on that time. So, but anything over 6 now, man, I'm too old. Too many stops to pee, man. I don't want to.
Jeff, listen.
Imagine all the garden of thoughts you can listen to in that time.
Jeff, throw the old lady in the truck, hop on 95 South, follow signs for Pedro, stop in Myrtle Beach for a night or two.
I know how to get there, and you know damn well I'm not throwing my South American wife into the trunk of anything. She's throwing me into the trunk. You met her. You saw her eyebrows.
Does she drive or do you drive? Be honest.
When we're in the car together, I drive because apparently I make her nervous.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy coming from her.
The whole thing is upside down. You know that.
Dude, listen, my wife will be asleep in the car in 5 minutes. I have to drive everywhere. She'll be asleep in 5 minutes unless I hit the brakes or she hears the edge of the road, that sound. And then she jumps up just pissed off. I'm like, go back. Just shut up. Go back to sleep. Right, go back to sleep.
I mean, my marriage is actually proof. I mean, that's why I was asking about Joseph Samael, because I have to repledge my allegiance to Samael. So, because obviously.
Well, there you go.
It's proof that I cut a deal with some unholy spirit. I mean, that's our. So we're going to try to. All right, Thomas, where can they find you if you want to be found?
Oh, man, I'm at home in Tampa. I ran into Christian of Edge and Christian fame this week at the Taylors, and then I ran into Vinny from Vinny and what's the other guy's name?
Who's Vinny?
He's an ROH. Vinny in Dutch.
Oh.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I like him.
Ran into him at the barbershop because I live in Tampa.
When there was Garden of Doom, Vinny was on the show.
We love Vinny. Listen, you can find me in Tampa doing a lot of nothing. I'm actually going on vacation, Jeff. I'm glad we slipped this in. I'll be in Philadelphia this weekend hanging out. I'm going to Playa del Carmen, Mexico to do some more hanging out. I'm going to come back here and get in shape for November 20th for Charleston, South Carolina. And then I'm just doing MLW stuff. Wherever MLW is, I'm there a few days before partying. And after the show, you can find me and Mads at the local bar getting tipsy.
Absolutely.
If you're here by accident and then you like what you hear, go to the Garden of Thought on any of your major podcast carriers, and you can hit subscribe. You'll generally get 3 shows a week, and well, one is sort of like this, the one with wrestlers on it. The other is sort of like Joe Rogan without the other embrace of conspiracy, without the broness, without the celebrities, and without the success. But it's the same type of variety. I also do a bunch of stuff with Wrestling Soup. I review LFG with Lufisto. We're actually doing a retrospective this week of the season with an actual psychologist who is a wrestling fan and a woman. So, I mean, wow, it's like a hat trick there. I also review Evolve on the Wrestling Soup and Friendo's feed with White Chocolate, who's neither white nor chocolate. It's called The Dose of Chocolate. And I review MLW with Marie Shadows on her podcast, the Squared Circle podcast. So we will likely be recording this weekend after the TV taping because we're part of we're all keeping it real too. So yeah, I do a lot. And hey, look, it looks like I got Cruel here for conscripted to do Alien Earth. I'm really excited about that, folks.
Let's go.
Yeah. Thanks for doing the pod, champ. Thanks for the house.
Of course, dude. Hey, thank you, bro. Shut up, bro.
All right. That was pretty cool. If you guys heard the MLW review with me and Dose talking about MLW Symphony of Horrors review, I do sort of geek out that he had Cruel on his show because I just thought the timing was like pretty awesome. Where Crew on Twitter was like, hey, if you ever send me your resume to look at, like, let me know what they had in catering. And I had responded to that tweet saying that you guys had pizza that one time and everybody was so super cool because I managed to get into catering when I was helping out in December of last year. That was fucking fun. But yeah, I just thought it was pretty funny that people were sending him resumes to be like, hey, can you look this over? So I just thought the timing was fantastic. Now I'm going to do something a little cringe, but it's all for, content. It's really all for content. This is me streaming on patreon.com/Marie Shadows. Don't forget to sign up where you can follow for free. And if you want to upgrade, I am running a sale, but patreon.com/Marie Shadows is the place to go for. Oh, actually, I should, I kept it at a 15-second length. Let me just, Patreon.com/Marie Shadows is the place to be for live streaming. If you guys have not followed the Patreon yet, please go follow the Patreon. And then also, if you want to upgrade, there is a sale running, but Patreon.com/Marie Shadows is the place to be for extra content such as tape study series and other, extra stuff like Discord notes, off-topic conversations. And we just finished listening and reacting to the Garden of Thought presents MLW Mads Krugger and him talking on there with Dose Evil and Miss Thomas. So again, patreon.com/Marie Shadows. It was a cool interview to hear. And it was also on youtube.com/Square Circle Podcast. But patreon.com/Marie Shadows. It's where you need to be. Okay. We got past the little cringy thing that I did for Instagram, but it has to be done, right? Self-promotion and everything. I'm going to generate captions and put it on. This is one hell of an interview. Patreon.com/Marie Shadows is the place to be. Oh my God. Yes. Patreon.com/Marie Shadows is the place to be. I appreciate everybody. I'm just going to put it up right now. So hold on. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to see if this works or not. If I just do it like that. Anyway. So I'm gonna be wrapping up. It is one hell of a review. Crew was so nice. I could listen to people from Georgia talk forever. It's like Christmas time when they speak. That's true. There's a certain like charm to it. So yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you had a wonderful time. If you're watching this on the VOD, thank you for watching it all the way through. Make sure to hit that like button and follow the channel and follow me on patreon.com/Marie Shadows. I am going to try to fix up my OBS. I may have to I feel like deleting OBS just to re-download it, fix everything up, and just make sure that everything works. Like we use OBS for both streaming like this and then also streaming games and whatnot. I also put on Twitter that if you ever wonder why like I'm not producing like enough content, one of the reasons is it's burnout. But also I am sharing one laptop, like I said. I do have a Throne wish list just to help me out with any upgrades. It's whatever you can afford. That's why it's there. That's why it's a wish list. And I also, when it comes time for October, I basically, take a little bit of a back seat because Ravage does horror games for 31 days, right? So let me just go through this and show you guys something because it's not just me, okay? Let me just do this very, very quickly. This thing needs to stop. So for those of you that don't know, because it's been 6 years, right? It's 6 years of me doing the Square Circle podcast, and if it wasn't for Ravage Lands production, there would not be no uh take care, cleric. I enjoyed that you were here. Thank you for being here. Enjoy the rest of your day. But I will say that if it wasn't for Ravage Lands and if it wasn't for Ravage, there would be no Marie Shadows and there would be no wrestling talk of like Square Circle podcast and all that kind of stuff. So I'm very thankful for him. But I would also say that during the month of October, he creates Octoberthon, right? Where you can see that these are all gameplays of Ghostbusters 2, there's Effie, there's Fortnite, anything that's like horror based and stuff will go up, within the 31 days. So, sometimes he has to edit the videos and either or record reactions and basically put it up. This is basically everything here. We also have Yu-Gi-Oh and looking at cards and all this kind of stuff. We go to conventions as well. I'm in this video. I'm in some of the videos as well. This is my whole collection here of playing Assassin's Creed when Assassin's Creed was good. Him playing Friday the 13th. We also have JD Alpha here and all of his wrestling stuff and whatnot. But yeah, during the month of October, I also take a back seat so that way he can create his stuff and whatnot, and we sort of like take turns and whatnot about what we need to do. I would love to do a little bit more and him do a little bit more, but it is what it is. We got to work with what we got. But I'm very appreciative of what we have, and I appreciate what we built together and whatnot. So yeah, if you ever wonder why, again, it's because of Octoberthon, 31 days of horror games and whatnot. Anyway, yeah. I do not know when the next time I am going to be live streaming. I will be putting up probably more videos of talking about stuff. But I don't know when I'm going to be live streaming next. I will say this though, that you know, let me just take this. Next month I've been saying it that next month I'm having my wisdom tooth pulled, so I won't be able to talk as much. So yeah. Um yeah, I don't even know what else. But I do want to say thank you guys for joining me on a very impromptu live stream. I might have to cut this up into like sections and just re-upload it. I don't know. But MLW is out. My take on the Super Junior tag league is out. There's just the teams, and then also my whole rant on on New Japan Pro Wrestling and why Konosuke is not my IWGP champion. Just check them out. Give likes, comments. Yeah, patreon.com/Marie Shadows. And I will see you guys all in the next one. Thank you guys for hanging.